Cab, a signature item in New York. They're hard to find these days, but it's always good when you get hold of one. Teofimo Lopez, and you can see that 77% of the audience believes that Teofimo is going to win. That is typical of Barbosa's career. Mike Coppinger, I think Barbosa has been underestimated for years.
I agree, Jim. Barbosa is a very crafty fighter. He can box from the outside. He can box going forward. And he's on an incredible run, like we said at the top of the show, coming off of that upset victory over Jack Catterall on the road in Manchester. He's ready.
Teofimo Lopez, from the moment he entered professional boxing, had star quality written all over him. The win over Lomachenko seemed to establish him as perhaps the #1 fighter of his generation going forward. The loss to Kambosos removed a lot of the luster, Antonio.
Yeah, and tonight he can fix all of that by beating Arnold Barbosa and getting right back in that pound-for-pound list, man. Again, he still only has one controversial loss to Kambosos, and I'm still not sure why that fight hadn't happened yet. With Teofimo, I would have avenged that loss already.
What's Teofimo's signature talent, Antonio?
I think he's just a gift, man. He's one of those special talents. The things he do, you're not going to find, you know what I mean, on the tail of the tape. He has a different type of energy when he's on his square. And he's going to have to be the best TO to win this fight tonight. And I'm excited to see it.
Let's go to the best ring announcer in the sport, Michael Buffer, to set it up.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is the first of our 3 main events here at Fatal Fury Times Square, Manhattan, New York City, New York, USA. And it's a presentation of the Bible of Boxing Ring Magazine and SNK Corporation, publisher of Fatal Fury, the City of Wolves, the famous video fighting game. With promoters Oscar De La Hoya for Golden Boy Promotions, Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing, and Box Raw, this bout presented in association with Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated. This contest sanctioned by the New York State Athletic Commission, Executive Director Matthew Delaglio, and the World Boxing Organization President Gustavo Olivieri. The 3 judges assigned at ringside, Max DeLuca, Eric Marlinsky, and David Sutherland. And inside the ring, in charge of the action at the bell, your referee, Eric Daly. And now, with recognition from Ring Magazine for the title, this contest is 12 rounds of boxing for the WBO Junior Welterweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white with blue, weighing in officially at 139.8 pounds. His professional record is a perfect one. 32 fights, 32 victories, including 11 big wins by knockout. From El Monte, California, he's the #1 ranked WBO challenger, ranked #3 in the world by The Ring. The former junior welterweight champion of the world, Arnold Barbosa Jr. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing navy blue to the ring and weighing in officially at 139.6 pounds. From Brooklyn, New York, his professional record stands at 21 victories, 13 big wins by knockout, only 1 defeat. He is the former undisputed lightweight world champion, the reigning and defending ring and WBO junior welterweight champion of the world, Teofimo the Takeover Lopez.
Okay, gentlemen, you already know the rules. Let me remind you to keep it clean, protect yourself at all times, obey my commands at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck to both of you.
So, Teofimo Lopez against Arnold Barbosa, New York against California, in Times Square. Perfect confrontation. You saw the fan poll that favored Teofimo Lopez by 77%. Fans of Barbosa, who is 32-0, might beg to differ. A year ago, on the undercard of Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney in the Barclays Center across the water in Brooklyn, Barbosa had a close fight against a lanky Irishman named Sean McComb. A lot of people thought McComb was winning the fight. Barbosa wound up with a clear decision.
Yeah, Jim, and speaking of that, I visited Teofimo Lopez in camp in Miami, and he told me that Barbosa Jr. had, quote-unquote, barely won his last 3 fights or so.
It was a close decision against McComb, that's for sure. At the end of the day, it's not how you win them, it's whether you win them.
And I'll say that those 3 opponents were top-notch opponents. Those wasn't just any of your average guys, you know what I'm saying, in the rankings. Those are top of the heap.
There's an interesting comparison between Barbosa and 168, 175-pound knockout sensation David Benavidez. David Benavidez, in the early teens, had to peel off 80-plus pounds to get himself into shape to become a boxer. Barbosa at one point put on 100 pounds to be a football player and became a pretty good high school football player, a linebacker at over 200 pounds. Then peeled off 80 to 100 pounds to get back into position to be the boxer he is now. If you have the discipline to do that kind of thing, then you have the discipline to pursue the craft of boxing, which takes day after day, hour after hour application.
This sophisticated chess match about to heat up, man. I really like that. Both of these guys came out with their mind in the game. They're not just in there physically trying to break that door down. They're thinking their way through this fight.
And you mentioned discipline, Jim. Arnold Barbosa has had a bunch of training camps in Big Bear, away from his family, in the mountains, in altitude.
Big Bear has a long record of success as a training location for a lot of top fighters.
Good right hand by Barbosa.
And the left hand underneath by Teofimo. They're trading shots, more or less in the middle of the ring, which is an entertaining start to this fight.
It is.
All right, relax, guys, relax. Let me in, relax. Yo, oh shit.
Right?
You seen his face. You seen his face. That shit hurt him, bro. That body shot hurt him. Keep on jabbing. You'll get him.
Okay.
You can't throw that right hand like that. Jab your way in. You got a lot of energy, bro. Pégale duro. Con los touch. Hey, I got you. Remember, you gotta touch him. Then go for it, all right? You hurt him in the body already. Keep on jabbing.
Lopez taking instruction from his father in the corner. Taller Barbosa stepping to the center of the ring again. Both fighters jab to the body. What's the normal purpose of the jab to the body, Antonio?
Well, that's just to set the other punches up, and it keeps your guy at bay. It's hard. Oh, good right hand counter. It's hard to go through that stiff body shot. but look for Teo to add on to that shot. That's what makes it effective.
Combination punchers are usually the best fighters. Teofimo Lopez has been at times in his career a brilliant combination puncher.
And Jim, of these three main events, this fight has by far the closest odds. Lopez entered the fight just a minus 260 favorite.
Sneaky left hand.
And this is the third defense of Lopez's Ring Magazine Junior welterweight title. He won it from Josh Taylor, defended it successfully against Jermaine Ortiz and then against Steve Claggett last summer. But this is certainly the toughest opponent by far of those three defenses.
Left hook landed for Barbosa. Not a hard shot, but it found the target.
If these rounds are going to be this competitive and this close, it's going to be a nightmare for these judges to find out who's actually winning this fight.
Well, particularly because at, excuse me, at this moment, it's not an overwhelmingly fast pace. There are flurries. There are moments when they step to each other. There are other moments when they're standing and looking at each other and trying to survey the next opportunity. That always makes it harder for judges, too.
You certainly see the disparity in the hand speed. Lopez, one of some of the fastest hands in the sport, and Barbosa's patient. He's waiting to counterpunch, and he does right there.
Great observation, Cop.
No measure, don't stick your arm out like that. Let's go.
That was beautiful.
50 years ago, Grandma survived a disaster. Don't you see this? Death is coming for us because we were never supposed to exist.
There's no running this time.
This book will show you everything you need to know to keep our family safe.
Maybe that's not actually coming for our family. Because that would be crazy.
Final Destination, Bloodlines. Good luck. Filmed for IMAX. Experience it in theaters May 16th. Rated R.
Yeah. Let's do the jets a little bit sharper, okay? Good. Have fun in there. Stand in the ring, okay?
Times Square on a Friday night. Always a lively and active scene. You might see this at any moment of the day or night, of course, because of the level of flow of traffic and human beings who come through Times Square. But this is special. These people are here for a unique setting for a boxing card, courtesy of Turkey Al-Sheikh, who has brought big-time boxing to the middle of Times Square.
You see Teo, he keeps jabbing to the body, and that's obviously a great way to disrupt Barbosa's rhythm.
I think you showed me between rounds a scorecard that had Teo winning the first two rounds.
Yeah, Jim, I have Teo up 20-18, 2-0, but these are tough rounds to score, particularly the first rounds. I think Teo's beating Barbosa to the punch, and of course, he's more creative with his offense.
None of that unexpected. And that's part of what may make it an uphill fight for Barbosa, is a little more workmanlike as a boxer than Teofimo Lopez.
Well, that was a good right hand that Barbosa just landed, but Teofimo reacted and fired right back. This is going to be a hell of a fight.
I think if Barbosa has in his arsenal a best punch, to me it's his straight right hand. I think that he beat McComb stepping forward with a straight right hand. Now that's against a southpaw. Obviously, this is a different equation because Teofimo is a conventional fighter.
And you see right there, the leg, the footwork, the movement. That'll drive a guy like Arnold Barbosa nuts because he needs you to engage. Yeah, me and Teofimo is not having it. He's on the square tonight.
Teofimo, one of the most athletic fighters in all of boxing, and one of the most confident too.
And he's getting home with that left hand to the body. Be prepared for that right hand to crash up top. Watch.
Straight right hand again from Barbosa.
I think Barbosa's going to have to close the gap a little bit. If he let Teo just sit out there from that range, he'll never be able to find him.
He's falling short with his jab. Falling short with his jab by a few inches every time. So that underlines your point.
Yeah.
Antonio.
And it's the little movement that Teo is doing in front of Arnold that's giving him these fits. The little feints, the little breaks, because he don't know if he's going to punch off those movements. Good counter hook.
The little feints upset your timing and rhythm.
It really does. And look at that hook he just hit on Arnold Barbosa with. Teo is on the square. I haven't seen him look this good in a long time.
He's certainly looking sharp. I watched him spar in Miami. He almost put one of his sparring partners through the ropes.
Oh, the counter shot with the right hand.
Excellent. Teofimo Lopez showing you some of his remarkable talent here in this round. He was already ahead 2 rounds to 1, or 2 rounds to none on Coppinger's card, and now a 3rd round.
Very good. One right round at a time.
And Teofimo, his only loss. George Kambosos Jr. has a fight set, and it's against Richardson Hitchens. Hitchens defending his IBF super lightweight title for the very first time. Kambosos, the former unified lightweight champion, looking to become a 2-division champ in this fight. The fight is Saturday, June 14th at the theater at Madison Square Garden. That fight and so many others live on DAZN for you.
Mike Coppinger, did George Kambosos train in Australia, or is he training here for the fight?
Against Richardson Hitchens?
Yeah.
He is training in Australia, I hear. But look, I think Kambosos, you can never count him out. Obviously, he had that major upset against Teo, and they should really run that fight back, as Antonio said earlier.
Quite an assignment, though, to train in Australia and then make the long flight here to the United States and try to put it all together. He's done it before.
He also often trains in Miami, and again, Hitchens has a tricky style.
And we turn our attention back to round 4 between Teofimo Lopez and Arnold Barbosa, and let's once again check in with the one-time heavyweight sensation, Mike Tyson. Mike, what do you see?
Hey, sensational fight. Man, Barbosa's in there fighting. Teofimo's just very sharp fight. Very elusive.
Jim, I just think so far the hand speed and the foot speed is a big problem for Barbosa.
It's hard for Barbosa to hit him. Very elusive, Teofimo Lopez.
I think that's where Barbosa needs to pitch camp, right there, if he's going to have some offensive effect, to be an offensive effective against Teofimo. Good time right hand by Teofimo.
I think as Jim pointed out, Barbosa keeps reaching with that jab. He's just fighting at the wrong distance, right?
That means he got to double it up, get closer. And I think also Arnold Barbosa need a man to be kind of standing still. It's, when you move, it throws him off for sure.
Well, he's not as fast as Teofimo Lopez. He's not as fluid in his motions as Teofimo Lopez. He's a hard-working fighter who might be just a little bit out-talented here.
That's what it looks like right now, but he still have rounds to go. He could change it, turn it around, but you got to be a smart fighter to do it.
You should never count out a fighter who's 32-0. He's seen a lot. He's gotten past a lot. He's found a way to win fights that might not have been going his way. Now it appears he would have to do it again.
I'm curious.
It's probably the most gifted fighter he's fought.
Exactly. I'm curious to know what his corner's going to tell him in between rounds.
I'll hold the back of his head. Pull it on the back of his head.
Barbosa landed an uppercut, but he was throwing it from a distance. It loses power when it has to travel through space. The uppercut that really hurts you is the one that stops
measuring Barbosa. Stop measuring.
Last week, there was a sensational fight in England between Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. Our Emily Austin has caught up with Conor Benn.
We are here in Times Square with Conor Benn, coming off of a phenomenal fight. What a welcome to New York. Have you ever seen such a thing?
No, it's a blessing to be here and watch history tonight. I mean, what an event, what an occasion. I thought it was crazy at first. I couldn't see it. And now what an event. You know, it's unbelievable. Absolutely phenomenal.
Fans are thinking these fights are 50-50. Any predictions going into the night?
They're definitely all 50-50. I think there may be one upset. I've got Teo over Barbosa. I just think Teo's all wrong. I've got Ramirez and Haney. That's a 50-50 fight. But then I've got Ryan Garcia. It's maybe being a sticky fight early on. First 2 rounds, and then I think Ryan will get the stoppage.
Ryan by stoppage.
Ryan by stoppage.
Well, we'll find out in just a few moments. I'll let you enjoy the fight. Thank you so much.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Cop, did you find it interesting that he called the fight between Haney and Ramirez a 50-50?
Yeah, I think that's going a bit too far, and I think that's probably personal. Devin Haney and Conor Benn have talked a lot of trash on social media over the years.
Well, I think they're really basing it off the last fight that Haney had. There's still a lot of questions that hasn't been answered that we're going to need to answer.
You're talking about the fight in Brooklyn against Ryan Garcia last year.
Exactly.
Which was a nightmare for Haney, but wound up a no decision.
And Haney, like Barbosa, Jim, he trained in Big Bear too.
Never a bad idea. Escanati Golovkin.
Good counter right by Teofimo Lopez.
Teo looks super, super sharp today.
Good body shot. Yeah, he is sharp. He's on his space.
Is it the best Teo we've seen since his win over Lomachenko?
I would say yes.
Watch your head today, guys.
I would say
Watch your
yes.
head.
He's in control. He's doing what he want to do.
So he's put it together at the right moment for the right stage. A New York fighter fighting in Times Square.
You know he's feeling good. Look at his moves he's making.
Yeah. He's showboating just a little bit.
Barbosa now doing a better job of coming in and landing his shots and asserting himself.
Well, Barbosa is nothing if not determined. He's gotten through a lot of different obstacles in his career. He has probably performed at a higher level than most people would have thought when his professional career began.
Yeah, Teofimo Lopez, he has a bit of swelling under his right eye. It's gotten a little worse as the rounds have gone on.
We're only in round 5 of Schedule 12. Still plenty of time for Barbosa, almost certainly behind on the scorecards, to find a way to reel Teofimo in. But again, Teofimo looking so good, and there's a hard right hand thrown from distance, but landed perfectly.
And I believe that 1-2 is, he's found a home with that 1-2. He's trying to smash in on Arnold Barbosa, looking to hurt him or either drop him with it.
You see Teofimo a lot of these times using that cross-arm defense, and it's working pretty well for him.
It's his version of the Philly shell.
It's pretty brilliant counter-punching by Teofimo in some moments, particularly in this round.
Yeah, he's in his bag right now, Jim. He's feeling good, man. Remember, this entertainment. It's the entertainment business. Look at that jab.
10 seconds, gentlemen.
So often, fighters portray with their body language how confident they're feeling in the ring. Teofimo strutting, dancing, throwing a left hook in the middle of dance step, and then mugging for the audience. All of that.
He's putting on a show, man. He's performing. Unbelievable.
45 rounds. Give me. Keep on fucking him with the jab. You listening to me? Give him water. He's done. What I told you. You're better in your distance. He's scared of you. Because that jab is too fast. Listen, the jab is winning us the fight. Okay. Don't stop throwing it. And then set up your punches. Think about it. Every time you do it, slip back. Give him this. Give him this. Come back with the right. Night. It's your night. You ready? You got your rhythm after your fifth. You got the rhythm.
As we continue to watch New York fighter Teofimo Lopez, let's go once again for observations from the ultimate New York fighter, Mike Tyson.
Man, if I'm not mistaken, Teofimo Lopez is giving a masterful
Get down, man. Get down.
I don't think you're mistaken, Mike.
No, he's just looking good. Smart, fast, sharp, elusive, not getting hit countering.
Mike, at what point in a training camp are you sure that you're going to come in and deliver a performance like this? Does it take all the way to the end of the training camp, or can you tell halfway through, 2/3 of the way through, something like that?
I'm the guy that takes at the end of the training camp, and I'm fighting hard every moment of the round. So yeah, I like to fight to the end, like what? A few days before the fight, and just get right in there. Just get so accustomed to fighting, sparring, and just get right in the ring.
Thank you, Mike. Product of the great Customato, mystical teacher and trainer of boxing who handled Mike from his teenage years onward. After having taken Floyd Patterson to Olympic gold medal and heavyweight championship of the world, Customato was a legend in the sport. Mike Tyson is still a legend in the sport.
I just want to point out, man, Teofimo Lopez is looking fantastic tonight, and I can't see too many fighters beating him on this square. When he's moving like this, being hard to hit and counterpunching, practically unbeatable, man.
Well, it would probably take another fighter with extreme natural talent, and Barbosa is not that. He's a worker bee. And a good one, a really good one, who has accomplished a lot. Once again, the record is 32-0, and there's a hard counter right hand that could change perspectives right now.
He hurt him. He hurt him with
Let's
that.
see how he follows up.
But they both exchanged. Did you see that, Mike? They both landed solid shots.
He buckled to his legs.
Another one.
Antonio Tarver is flinching here at ringside. Antonio, they're not hitting you. Don't worry.
I can see it coming.
That was exactly what Barbosa needed to change this fight.
And close the distance, Mike. He needs to close the distance to have that type of success. He got to keep letting his hands go, though.
And he's got to put mental determination behind it. It can't just be a one-punch festival. He's got to make that festival begin a momentum shift in the fight, and he's trying to do it right now.
He's landing his best shots he's landed in the entire fight thus far. Let's see, can he keep on advancing with that?
Well, he's letting Teofimo lead, and he's countering effectively.
10 seconds, gentlemen.
Is this a Barbosa round, Jim, you think?
Well, the one big shot was hard to ignore. And, you know, if there's any round so far that you would give to Barbosa, that would be it. I don't score fights. Mike, you do.
Yeah, Jim, I have Teofimo Lopez up 5-1. That 6th round where Barbosa lands that big right hand. You see Teofimo's legs buckle. That was the first round I gave to Barbosa, the challenger. And I think most importantly, Teofimo is now cut under the left eye from that right hand.
He got beat to the punch right there. Teofimo landed in the chest, and Barbosa landed right on the nose.
Coppinger's unofficial scorecard. There you see it. You see the 6th round going to Barbosa. One punch can sometimes change a fight. That was a really good counter right hand. Wasn't enough to change the fight.
I think we talked Mike into that one. He wanted to get out with the Lopez.
Let's go, coaches. Come on.
You see them working on the right eye right now. It isn't a good spot, at least. It's under the eye.
And I think it was that shot that caused it.
Absolutely.
Sometimes a mouse under the eye eventually becomes a cut. That's a big change in a fight.
Most definitely.
But as Barbosa begins this round, Teo goes back to the more confident body language, doubling the jab, waiting to counter. looking at Barbosa is going to lead, which he isn't at this point. Teofimo comes with a hard right hand over the top.
Great right hand. I think Barbosa just stands in front of Teo until Teo jabs. He won't beat him to the jab. Jab first.
I don't know if he's quick enough to jab first. It takes explosive release sometimes to do that. He's good.
Yeah, you see Barbosa's left eye swelling up here.
He just got countered with an overhand right. Ooh. Teo's getting close with combinations, guys.
Whatever effect that right hand had, Teofimo certainly has recovered now.
At the end of the day, Barbosa just doesn't have the same kind of firepower that Teo Lopez and Teofimo has, and that's what's been the difference in the fight so far. That, along with the fact that Teo clearly won the first 5 rounds.
And with experience, you know, Barbosa will learn that there's different, you know, he can do with different wrinkles.
When a fighter is 32-0, Antonio, is there still a gap in experience? Depends on which opponents he's fought, right?
Exactly. It doesn't mean that he's fought the best, but he has fought good fighters. I don't know how many great fighters he's faced. And tonight he's in there with a great fighter.
Well, that's what everybody said about Teofimo Lopez after he beat Lomachenko. And he's flashing that kind of talent again here tonight in New York City, in Times Square, in the first ever event of its kind.
Yeah, Barbosa seems to not be committing to one strategy. We've seen him trying to pressure Teofimo. Now he's trying to counter him, and nothing's really working, is it?
Well, again, if you're just as quick as your opponent, then you can gain purchase by countering well. But if you're not as quick as your opponent, it's very hard to counter him. And Teofimo Lopez is quicker than Arnold Barbosa. We can see that.
Barbosa's going to have to learn variations in his boxing game. You know, you can throw the jab 100 different ways. Speed, power, and those are he can take some power off and smash you down with power. He has to have variations to his game, Mike.
And you can see it on Barbosa's face. He is getting frustrated, right?
By thinking with the smarter fighter.
Watch party in Times Square. Watch party in New York City. And let's take a look at a package from the fight that illustrates Teofimo Lopez's defensive skills, Antonio.
And here, we see Lopez on the ropes, but he's not covering up. He's moving, making him miss with every punch, and he have a right to counter as well. So that's great boxing ability right there. And we didn't see that in Teofimo's last few fights.
And when you swing hard and miss, you lose some of your energy. You're sapped a little bit like by that, right?
Every time. You expend yourself.
Seconds out. Let's go, coach.
So great defensive fighters over the course of 12 rounds can wear the opponent down simply by making them miss.
Most definitely.
Who did that to you? Anybody?
Man, by making me miss. I didn't hit Eric Harden like I wanted to. And Bernard got away. You know, those are the two I wish I had back.
Bernard is impossible, let's face it.
I think it's important to note here, too, so many critics have called for Teo to get a new trainer and eliminate his dad from the corner, and he's doing great right now, and I think his dad is giving some sound advice.
Really good advice between the rounds. Really good advice.
Well, there are, over the long history of the sport, you can find many instances that demonstrate the pluses and the minuses of being trained by your father. It has to be an intelligent, balanced, rational relationship. And right now, it looks as though Teofimo Lopez has the right trainer. Right, Mike Coppinger?
Absolutely. I mean, Teofimo Lopez, his father knows him best, and you heard him say it before, he's in a rhythm, and he is certainly a rhythm fighter.
And when you're fighting your rhythm, man, you got to make sure that you keep those feet moving, you keep those hands moving, and you keep that head moving. You got to move the target.
Not pushing him.
If you were going to define Barbosa in terms like that, you might say he's more of an effort and determination fighter than a rhythm fighter. He's trying to bring everything he can to every moment in the ring, even if the opponent may have more natural talent. Barbosa has beaten guys who had more natural talent.
But it's the movement. It's the movement. He's not staying still long enough. You know, every time he gets set to throw, Teo is gone. Or he's throwing a jab. He has to reset.
And once again, Teofimo Lopez is a guy that has to get up for fights. He's up and down, but when he's been down, it's been when he's been a massive favorite. And in this fight, he was only a slight favorite. He's fighting in Times Square.
He's having a good night tonight.
Good body shot.
Which is kind of hard to read Teo yesterday at press day because he had a mask on and he kept the mask on during the entire day. So I'm interviewing him, but I can't see his eyes, you know, and you want to look into a fighter's eyes, particularly 24 hours before the fight.
Yeah, and also, Jim, that was the first face-off they did all fight week at the weigh-in yesterday. Teofimo slapped Barbosa across the face a couple of months ago in Los Angeles.
Ten seconds, gentlemen.
Solid right-hand lead by Teofimo Lopez. He's shown us every punch in the toolkit, and all of them have been effective here tonight.
Okay, listen. Did I get in?
Go ahead.
Okay, now it's time for you to, hey, just, yo, it's 8-0. Okay, be careful. Just keep on using your jab, and let's start fucking this dude up. Don't miss with the right. Go to your body. Go on top. Don't let him guess. But keep on using your jab to block his high side, and then shift in with the right. Bro, you can fucking just turn on the juice and fucking kill him. We got 4 rounds, right? Use that jab.
Come on, fellas.
Come on, fellas. As the late rounds arrive, round 9 of schedule 12, Teofimo Lopez, for the moment, seemingly cruising toward a decision win over Arnold Barbosa.
Only thing I would ask that Teo do is tighten up that right hand. Every time he throws that right hand, he brings the right foot up with it. That's a cardinal sin. How you going to be able to create the power you're going to need?
Sitting at ringside, and you can see the red striped shirt behind the referee up on the apron of the ring. That is arguably the greatest sports still photographer in the history of that craft. That is Neil Lightford, longtime chief photographer for Sports Illustrated, and he's been distributed in a lot of other magazines and publications, and he is the author of one of the most famous, if not the most famous, boxing photographs ever of Muhammad Ali standing over the body of Sonny Liston in Lewiston, Maine, with his right arm cocked in a defiant pose. A dramatic and spectacular photo, and typical of the kind of work that Leifer has been able to do over the decades. It's amazing to still see him here in this position after everything he has accomplished.
Nice combination by T. Hands up, Barbosa. It's still punching with power. Work.
This is certainly the best Teofimo we've seen in some time, certainly since the Josh Taylor fight.
If he go on to win this fight and continue to look this impressive, who can we see him in there next with? We got 4 or 5 guys on this card.
Teofimo Lopez, believe it or not, he is calling for a shot at Boots Ennis.
Stop!
That's a fight he wants. He wants to go up to welterweight, despite the best at 147. And that fight's in the works. It's not done, but it's a very big possibility, Jim.
And that shows you a lot about who Teofimo Lopez is, because I only heard him call out two guys, Terrence Crawford and Bruce Ennis.
And there aren't that many people who are running to fight either Terrence Crawford or Boots Ennis for a lot of good reasons.
Antonio, what kind of shot would you give Teo against Boots?
Oh, man. Well, you know, Boots is not that strong of a fighter like Crawford. At 47, I'm not sure. That would be a hell of a fight, though. Talent-wise, skill-wise.
One more quick shot of Neil Leiper for me to button the story. He, along with a colleague at Sports Illustrated named Heinz Klutmeyer, were the two top sports photographers in the world when I entered network television in 1974. That was 51 years ago. And here he is, still plying his craft. An amazing human being. And now, Antonio, let's take a look at some of Teofimo's success here in the ring tonight.
Okay, it's that jab. He's right hand, solid. Another right. He's just working. Drove that body shot right there. Very impressive. Very effective.
Seconds out. Let's go, coach.
I still can't imagine how he lost to George Kambosos. Maybe I just don't know enough about Kambosos.
Let's go, let's go.
You know, it's one of those results that shocks me, even now, years later, because you see the amazing talent that this guy has.
Yeah, by all accounts, Jim, Teo had a bad training camp for that fight, didn't take it seriously, and I want to give him credit. He dropped Kambosos late in that fight.
Yeah, he did drop him, but Kambosos is a talent as well. He's a guy, champion. He's fought some big names. He's not chopped liver. He's a talent.
Well said. Barbosa trying to get inside, make something happen against Teofimo Lopez.
Jim, I think Barbosa's best chance is just to exchange, you know, catch Teo out there reaching while he's coming in, just like when he landed that first effective shot he hit him with and cut his eye. He needs to exchange with
Barbosa has a proven chin. It's probably the right strategy for him to attempt. Let it rip. Now we're in round 10 of a scheduled 12. So the minutes are running short. Arnold Barbosa, unless we are completely blind, behind on the scorecards at this point.
Yeah, I've only given Barbosa one round, that 8th round when he landed that big right hand. And he's not known for his power, but he did hurt Teo once already. So I think he has to be more aggressive.
Hurt him with a counter right hand. So the best possible choice here would seem to be to mix up his punches, invite action in return, try to land another counter.
I think so. With we're in the 10th round with the championship rounds, you know, upon us. Yeah, he's going to have to get a knockdown or hurt Teo some kind of way.
And he doesn't seem likely to get it by attacking. He's straightforward and somewhat mechanical in his approach to attacking, and Teofimo can see it coming.
Yeah, I mean, Teofimo's reflexes are incredibly fast, and I think that's been the difference in this fight. I mean, speed. Teo's able to get in and get out.
It's a good fight. They aren't lopsided rounds, but at the end of the day, they are rounds that Teofimo is winning, or so it seems to us.
Yeah, well said, Jim. I think this is definitely a competitive fight, competitive rounds, and while I only gave Barbosa one, maybe the judges are giving him more credit.
We'll see, but at the end of the day, it's almost impossible to imagine Barbosa winning a scorecard. As Teofimo is looking spectacular here tonight.
I'll say he need a knockout, at least a knockdown to pull close to this fight. He's going to need something big.
10 seconds, gentlemen. It's time.
Let's listen to Barbosa's corner to see what strategy they might be cooking up for the last 2 rounds.
Okay? Yeah. Let's go. Same thing, okay? We got 2 more rounds.
Yep, let's go.
Okay? Let's go. He's already frustrated, son, and he's done, okay? Same thing, okay? Be smart right here. Hey, give him here, and if he's there, switch it here and over the top, and then take that little step back, okay? Very good. Huh? When you got him closing the ropes. And even if you got him here, even if you got him on the center, constantly with the hands up nice and tight, okay? Got 2 more rounds, okay? Yep. 1 round at a time.
Both fighters trained by their fathers. You heard Arnold Barbosa Jr. telling his son what he wants him to do the last 2 rounds. Let's once again check in with the one-time heavyweight champion of the world, Mike Tyson. Mike, you've heard our call of the fight so far. Are you in agreement with us?
It's a shutout, I think. He's been looking magnificent. I've never seen him look like this before, Teofimo.
You've never seen him look this way before?
No, he's improved. He's improved as a fighter.
Quite a compliment.
He's starting to connect now. That's the first time the right hand really hit solid like that. He's been throwing it all night.
And don't forget, right, we have Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney both fighting after this. I certainly think that motivated Teofimo to be at his best.
Man, listen, these guys are all going to have to show off tonight because this is the show that you do it. All the big shots are on tonight. And their division, that
Push his head down. Barbosa is at a talent disadvantage against Teofimo, Mike. That's clear.
And Barbosa just don't know what to do with Teo doing that in front of him. He has no answers.
He needs to sell out. But selling out is dangerous. And his father told him he wants him to finish the fight.
When Teo looks this good, I don't know if there's anybody that can beat him. Certainly can't count him out.
Ooh, the Ali shuffle.
Ryan Garcia.
I think that's a coin flip at best.
Really?
I don't think Ryan is active with his punches enough. I don't think he has enough of that to stop Teofimo from what I'm seeing tonight.
I agree. Ryan Garcia has tremendous qualities in some ways, but I don't think he has as well-rounded a boxing game as Teofimo Lopez.
And the one thing that he can win a fight against Teo with is his power.
What about Devin Haney? Would he have a chance?
Now, that would be a good chess match. But again, power, I think, would be in Teofimo's favor.
So it looks tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, stylistically, I think Haney's a tougher fight for Teo than Ryan Garcia. But we're going to have to see how Haney looks coming up here next against Jose Ramirez.
Hell of a fight.
How much was taken away from Devin Haney by his disastrous experience 1 year ago against Ryan Garcia? That's part of what we'll be looking to see in the next main event on the card.
Jim, you probably know more than me. Has it ever been a 3-day span where we had this much talent, stars, and boxing champions around the world?
You probably have to go back to the 1950s and go to the time when Sugar Ray Robinson was fighting top opponents and fighters from the Caribbean were coming up like Emil Griffith and fighters of that nature. You probably have to go back to the Gillette Friday Night Fights, Don Dunphy era of the 50s to find this much quality in this short a period of time.
So if I said this was the Super Bowl weekend of boxing, would you agree?
Pretty much the Super Bowl weekend of boxing because we have the Super Bowl setting right here in Times Square. And by the way, last weekend, Ben versus Eubank.
Yes.
So in 2 weeks in a row. Take a look at the scorecard to this point in the fight. Mike Coppinger, you have your score to this point?
Yes, Jim, I've only given Barbosa 1 round. I have Teofimo up big, and Barbosa certainly, in my opinion, needs a knockout, not just knockdowns.
What do you think, Teofimo is going to come to try to finish the show, or is a decision good enough for him tonight?
I absolutely think Teofimo's coming to close the show. That's the kind of fighter Teo is, and you see the look in his eyes now.
Let's go. I agree. I think Teofimo is a showman, and I think that he might take a risk or two. Nothing irrational, but press forward a little bit in this round to see if he can get a KO.
That would be nice.
He's landed a couple of big shots. Barbosa has shown a good chin.
I mean, Teo's just doing whatever he wants in there. You see him turning Barbosa, going to the body, the punch variety.
That boy quick, man. Beautiful display of boxing.
Footwork. Really brilliant footwork here tonight by Teofimo. He has skills in that area that most fighters will never match.
I think one of the best things Teo's doing tonight is that he's not staying in there too long. He's getting in and he's getting right out.
Barbosa landed a right hand.
His rhythm tonight is on another level, man. Like I said, this is the best Teo I've seen. And I saw that Claggett fight live. And I didn't know what Teo we would see tonight, but I'm so glad he showed up and showed out.
Well, Claggett was an opponent who came right at him. Don't do that. Don't do that. You all right? Let's go.
And I want to say, I don't think Barbosa's fighting a bad fight. I just think he's in there with somebody that's so much more talented and fast and stylistically wrong for him.
And Teo came to fight tonight. He came to show out. And like I said, he's at his best.
I have to assume that a lot of Teo's friends and perhaps family members are in the audience. Arnold Barbosa is from a long way away in California. And there is motivation in knowing who's in the crowd.
Teo taking chances right now. You just saw Barbosa landed with a couple good shots.
Teo is thinking knockout, but increasingly it appears he's not going to get it. That was a terrific body shot with the left hand underneath the rib cage. There's the left hand upstairs. Teo showing you all his skills in this 12th round.
They really exchanging in the 12th round, man. Teo still trying to put the exclamation point on this fight.
But he has swaggering confidence as he goes through the round. He knows that he's probably well ahead in the fight. He's landing the shots he wants to land. He's going to walk away with a decision win, and that's fine. Arnold Barbosa is a tough out. Good job. When you get a win over an unbeaten fighter in this setting, you have to be very satisfied with it. And I think Teofimo Lopez is up for a celebration.
Well, the boxing keeps on coming on DAZN in another exciting fight that was just announced. Pound for pound great and WBC World Super Flyweight Champion Jesse Bam Rodriguez is set to collide with a newly crowned WBO titleist Fumilela Kafu in Dallas, Texas.
All right, Antonio, let's take a look at highlights from Teofimo Lopez against Arnold Barbosa. It seems to have been a showcase for Lopez and his natural talent and consummate multiple skills.
Yeah, I thought Arnold Barbosa would come out and be able to control the distance in the center of the ring, but that wasn't the case. Even though he had his moments, it seemed like Teofimo Lopez was just one or two steps ahead all night long. Man, he gave us defense. He showed us footwork. He really showed us why he's one of the best fighters in the world, Teofimo Lopez. It was a homecoming tonight, and he took care of business, I believe, emphatically by beating the undefeated 38-0 opponent tonight in Arnold Barbosa.
This highlight package began with Barbosa's best punch of the fight, a counter right hand which has left a mark under Teofimo's left eye. That's the only trophy, it appears, from here that Barbosa is going to be taking home. Teofimo throwing 147 more punches, landing 56 more punches, jabs, throwing 137 more, and landing.
Hey, what up with your that boy Drakey? Blackout. What up with y'all, man? Appreciate y'all coming through, man. Hey, that was the first fight on the first card, y'all. It's 3 fights on the card. Of course, y'all know Lopez, he just fought Arnold Barbosa Jr. Next match we got is Devin Haney, which is the one I've been waiting on. Devin Haney fighting Jose Ramirez. And then last but not least, we got Ryan Garcia fighting Roy Romero. So appreciate y'all coming through, man. If y'all enjoy the content, y'all most definitely make sure you subscribe. Hey, I tell you one thing, listening to Mike Tyson, but that Mike Tyson will sound like he high when they start talking to him.
They doing punch. Yeah, he punched back. Yeah, I like that. He look quick on he feet. Goo goo gaga. Ooh, hat cat in the hat. 1, 2, yeah.
Appreciate y'all coming through, man. And your boy Lopez just won that fight, y'all. He won the first fight. Appreciate y'all coming through. Yeah, I already know. Yeah, I already know. And if y'all come back through here and kick it with me tomorrow night, we're gonna crank this thing up right back again, man. Hey, we got Canelo fighting tomorrow night. We're gonna crank it right back up tomorrow night for Canelo, aka Bam Bam. Tomorrow night, y'all already know. This is the only poppin', baby. Yes, sir. Y'all already know I got my glass of Do It Fluid. I'm taking me a drink and I'm getting to it, baby. It's Friday night. Just get paid. Party hunting. Shit. I don't know the rest of the words, y'all, but you know what I'm saying. You see you say blackout, you say you know Mike High, him and that white lady on dispensary. Yeah, they is blackout. Hey, every time they start talking, every time that dude asks Mike about the fight, Mike, it sounds like Mike reading the dummy card, man. Mike over there like,
yeah, he looked good. He punched. Yeah, move feet, he move feet, move left feet, move right feet. I like him good.
All right, Mike, tighten your ass up, Mike. Drink some water or something, man. Mike sitting over there in the corner high as hell, man. You don't know what he said. They like, no, Mike, say what's on the card. Goo goo gaga. Appreciate y'all coming through though, man. Yes, sir, Adam. My bad, Adam. Yeah, I'm up here talking shit. Yes, he did win, man. Lopez did win the fight. Unanimous decision. Yes, he did. Appreciate you coming through, Adam, for sure. But y'all know I had to come through and talk my shit for him, man. I'm about to turn the audio back up. We got Lopez in the ring talking right now, so let's get it, man.
Take over. You see me again, and still.
Thank you, Teo.
Teofimo Lopez, a great performer as a boxer in the ring and a great performer in the interview as well.
Most definitely, man. You got to take your heart out for him, man. He's being a leader now. I wonder is he back on that pound-for-pound list now after beating an undefeated fighter like he did.
I think he'll rise in the pound-for-pound rankings, and I think he's the kind of fighter who could really sell the sport, as can either of these two fighters. Former American Olympian Jose Ramirez going against Devin Haney, regarded as one of the most skilled boxers in the world, but trying to bounce back from a bad moment.
It's showtime, and there's no better way to win on boxing than with DraftKings Sportsbook. Right now, you can get this knockout offer and take your shot at victory during the big bout. Feel the boxing action from the opening bell to the final blow with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the app, enter the promo code, and get in on this great offer before the first punch. Life's more fun when you're in on the action. The crown is yours.
Your mission, should you choose to accept.
The clock is ticking, Ethan.
What exactly is your plan?
You're asking me to fly you directly into the eye of the storm.
Which brings us to the tricky part.
You must be out of your mind.
Mission Impossible, the final reckoning.
Barbara is nervous because her check engine light is on and she's expecting the worst. But she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner, Amy, runs a fix finder scan. Just one of AutoZone's exclusive free services. She finds the most likely fix and refers her to a local shop.
Hey, y'all, while they on commercial right now, man, the next fight, like I said, we got coming up is Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez, which should be a good fight. But I look for Devin Haney to dominate him, man. Y'all know Devin Haney ain't really known for knocking people out, but I look for Devin Haney to pretty much win this fight with Jose Ramirez. Even though he's a good fighter, look for Devin Haney to win that fight. Last but not least, Ryan Garcia versus Roland Romero. I look for Ryan Garcia. I'm actually looking for a knockout, y'all, believe it or not. I'm looking for Ryan Garcia to knock his ass out. Roland Romero, he talk a lot of trash. I'm looking for Ryan Garcia to drop his ass tonight, y'all. I'm looking for him to drop him maybe in about I say maybe 7, maybe about 6, 7 round. Yeah, I look for Ryan Garcia to drop his ass real early. I don't think he's going the distance. But yes, sir. So we just killing a little time right now while waiting on Devin Haney next match to come up, man. Like I said, we had a big fight card, 3 top fights, man. With Lopez fighting what's the name? God damn it. Y'all know I be messing people's names up. I'm just gonna call him Lopez. Fighting Arnold Barbosa Jr. Lopez most definitely got a unanimous decision. So we about to crank this thing up. Like I said, man, if y'all enjoying the content, y'all most definitely make sure you subscribe to the channel. And double tap the screen for the likes, man. It's only popping. If y'all new over here, I do a little bit of everything, man. Of course, y'all see I'm doing boxing, but I do the NBA, NFL, college football, college basketball. We do a little bit of everything, man. So, hey, if y'all like me, y'all like to do it, like talk about a little bit of all sports, you most definitely come to the right place. Like your grandma say, come on in and make yourself at home. Let me make you want a sandwich, baby. Come on in here and make yourself at home like what grandma tell you. So that's what I say. Make yourself at home. And here we go, man. I'm about to get the audio back going. They about to get ready to come out in a few minutes. Once again, appreciate y'all coming through here, kicking it with me. Let me see you say blackout. You said Big Tight, smooth KO. Get it done. You said I ain't trying to fight all day for sure, blackout. I ain't got time for all that. Hey, it's time to go to the club, blackout. We try to go to the club. We try to go to the after party after the fight, blackout. I ain't got time to be in here wrestling and tussling with your ass. Trying to get up out of here.
For the battle between Devin Haney and Jose Ramirez. Haney's record 31-0-0. You say to yourself, wait a minute, didn't they get whacked by Ryan Garcia last year? Remember, that decision was changed to a no decision when Garcia tested positive for a performance-enhancing drug. Jose Ramirez, 29-2, former American Olympian. Let's go to Michael Buffer for the official introductions.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are moments away from main event number 2 in the triple header. Fatal Fury at Times Square. The fighters are almost here and they're pulling up soon.
And there's a look at Ramirez in the cab that's bringing him over from a few blocks away, farther toward the east side, to drop him off here in the middle of Times Square. If you've been to New York City, you've been to Manhattan, you know that Times Square is pretty much in something like the geographic center of Manhattan. And that's part of the reason that it's as iconic and meaningful to the city as it is. Name comes from the fact that the offices of the New York Times were here for quite a long time. Now they've moved a little bit farther away, right, Mike Coppinger?
Yeah, I mean, we're in the center of the universe right now, and no matter what you want to think about it, this is incredible, and this is different.
So Ramirez is on his way in another vehicle somewhere. Devin Haney is on his way also, and they will be facing off in just a few moments. Haney tasted the canvas multiple times in the Barclays Center against the rocket left hook of Ryan Garcia. We'll see whether Garcia can deliver the same kinds of left hooks later tonight in his main event here. So Haney has to deal with the mental challenge of coming back from a defeat like that, which turned out not to be a defeat, but rather a no contest. Antonio Tarver, how does Devin Haney get rid?
He's gonna have to have a very strong mind. He's gonna have to have worked on his mental approach to the game. You know what I mean? He's gonna have to put those mistakes behind him and be a brand new fighter, as if we saw Teo tonight. He's gonna have to be the best Devin Haney he's been if he wants to hit the people's hearts again. And we believe that he's still the pound-for-pound talent that they say he is.
I have some friends in his training camp. I've seen pictures of Devin from his training camp. From the photos I've seen, Mike Coppinger, he does appear to be in the best shape he's ever been in.
Yeah, Jim, I think the extra 4 pounds, this is a fight at 144, has been a great benefit for him. And I actually visited Devin in training camp. I watched him spar 6 hard rounds. He was super sharp, and he's working with Sugar Shane Mosley for this fight, and they were working on generating more leverage and more power on those shots.
We talked in the previous fight, Antonio, about how naturally gifted Teofimo Lopez is. Devin Haney is also a naturally gifted fighter.
Yes, he is. I want to see him put that thinking cap on, though. You got to be smart in that ring. You got to be 2 or 3 chess moves ahead of your opponent. So once Devin Haney understands that, then he can really dictate the outcome of these fights by his skills and talent.
So much of what happened in Brooklyn last year is about one weapon, which is Ryan Garcia's left hook. And it appeared, for whatever reason, that Haney had no defense against that, no way of blocking it, no quality way of anticipating when the left hook was coming. Now, Ramirez also has a left hook. Is it anywhere in the league of Ryan Garcia's left hook?
I don't think so. I don't think it's as fast, and I don't think it's as powerful. Because if it was, he probably would have beat Arnold Barbosa. So let's just think about that for a minute. And we just saw Arnold right in front of our eyes.
Yeah, I mean, Jose Ramirez and Ryan Garcia, 2 totally different fighters, obviously. Ramirez is going to come with nonstop pressure. He's tough, he's rugged in there. And Ryan Garcia, of course, is an athletic freak.
Now, an athletic freak with staccato rhythm. You're not sure when that left hook is coming. And when it comes, you don't see it. It's a rocket. But that'll be for the next fight. There's Ramirez.
And now making his entrance to the ring, please welcome Jose Carlos Ramirez.
Well, just in terms of facial expression, he looks more quizzical than pumped up. And pumped up would be a good idea here tonight.
Oh, he's focused, man. It's a great opportunity for him, because I don't ever think he'll get another Devin Haney like this coming in with a lot of unanswered questions. So tonight is his time, if ever.
Jose Ramirez coming up with that loss to Arnold Barbosa Jr. in November. And that's what I love about this card. It's guys being tossed right into the fire. Devin Haney didn't officially lose, but most people think it was a loss. He's fighting Jose Ramirez. And again, I think this is great.
I think that's the Turkey Al-Sheikh effect, bro. We're getting all these major names fighting big fights. It's the Super Bowl weekend of boxing.
And now making his entrance to the ring, Devin the Dream Haney.
Another fighter trained by his father, just like both fighters we saw in the preceding fight. Another natural talent who came out of the amateurs with a great record and has been expected to do great things as a pro. And look at that. Our fan zone response to the poll on who's going to win between Haney and Ramirez is 50-50.
Yeah, well, the fans certainly see this fight far differently than the odds makers, Jim, because the odds makers have Haney as much as a 12-1 favorite.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, I don't think those odds are correct, but I will say this. One thing Haney is not going to have to worry about tonight, that's that lightning speed So if you ain't got that lightning speed, you might not be able to unnerve a Devin Haney.
Will Haney actually have a speed advantage against Ramirez?
I think so. I think so.
That's a big difference.
Big difference.
Resplendent in his brocade tuxedo, if I'm right in calling it that. Let's go to Michael Buffer for the official introductions.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, Fatal Fury at Times Square, New York City, New York continues. This is fight number 2 of the triple hitter, 3 main event contests, and it's all brought to you by the Bible of Boxing, Ring Magazine, and SNK Corporation, publisher of the famous video fighting game Fatal Fury, City of Wolves, with promoters Oscar de la Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions, Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing, and Box Raw. This contest presented in association with Devin Haney Promotions. Sanctioned by the New York State Athletic Commission, the 3 judges assigned at ringside, Mark Constantino, Glenn Feldman, and Kevin Morgan. And inside the ring, in charge of the action at the bell, your referee, David Fields. And now Fatal Fury at Times Square, our second main event of the evening. 12 rounds in the welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white, trimmed with gold, and weighing in officially at 143.8 pounds. His professional record, an excellent one, 29 victories, 18 big wins by knockout with 2 defeats. Ranked number 4 in the world by Ring Magazine in the junior welterweight division from Avenal, California, Jose Carlos Ramirez. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the red corner, wearing black and weighing in officially at 143 pounds. His professional record, 31 fights, 31 victories, 15 big wins by knockout. He has won no contest. He's ranked number 1 in the world at 140 pounds by Ring Magazine. From Las Vegas, Nevada, the 2-time world champion, former undisputed lightweight champion of the world and former WBC junior welterweight world champion, the undefeated Devin the Dream Haney.
Haney flexing his added muscles in the corner over there. He does look really good.
And look, he's much bigger than Ramirez.
Stronger than Ramirez. I know the rules in the dressing room. I expect you to obey my commands at all times. Most of all, protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves, good luck.
That can be misleading sometimes if the fighter with the muscles is therefore not quite as quick as the guy who's loose. So we'll wait to see whether Haney's added muscle is actually going to be a tremendous new asset for him. But surely he and his dad believe that's going to be the case.
He looks massive in there, Jim, and Devin told me before the fight that he expected to enter the ring at 165.
Wow. Rehydration is a beautiful thing.
Right now, his feet just look a little too everywhere. They don't look like they're in rhythm at all. He's moving, but he's still looking frantic like he was in the Garcia fight.
They have something sitting in the ring there. You see in Devin Haney's corner, you have Sugar Shane Mosley, and Haney's certainly not one to shy away from criticism. He said they linked up at the Ring Magazine Awards in January in London when Mosley offered some criticism, and that led to them working together.
Right? Right now, I'm just thinking his feet is not under control. Look, they're erratic. They're moving everywhere. They don't look like they're in rhythm. I don't know what's going on. But he got Jose Ramirez in front of him. Why is he doing that? I don't know. We'll see how this unfolds. He had to throw nail jab.
He's limiting Ramirez's punch output, but at the same time, he's limiting his own. Neither man has really thrown a meaningful punch to this point in the fight because of the footwork.
And he just needs to flow. He just needs to flow. First start with that jab. Start at least getting a rhythm on that. He's an orthodox fighter, but he continues to move to the right.
Now he moves to the left.
What up with you, John? They are fight. Well, it's the second fight on the fight card, John. This is Devin Haney and Jose Ramirez is fighting right now. This is the first round they fighting right there. So after this fight, John, then the top fight will be on Ryan Garcia versus Roland Romero. So that's what we got going on right now. Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez. Appreciate you coming through, John.
But use it to set up the jab, and that's the way you get started.
Now watch, every punch you throw is going to be so hard. Watch. Even the jab is going to be like a punch rather than just like something to set.
Yeah, hey John, I thought they were going to start at 8, but come to find out, they saying the main event going to be around 8, 9 o'clock. So yeah, I was surprised too, John, myself, that it started, because it started like 5:30, 6 o'clock with the first undercard fight. But yeah, appreciate you coming through, John.
Can't be a fashion statement.
No, they just came apart.
Yeah.
Just came apart. He's just doing too much right now, bro. He got to relax and calm down if he wants to get in this fight.
It's only the first round. It's only one round. Whatever questions we had about what he did in that round, maybe they'll be answered in the next. But step one is fix the right shoe.
Water. How do you feel when you grab the hold to it? Soft. Okay, good.
Well, I think Bill Haney just reached down and fastened the shoe. No, Mike, you don't think so?
It's supposed to be Velcro. The Velcro's supposed to stick. I don't know what's going on with the Velcro.
All right, double step. What I'm saying is keep him in the freezer. Fighting him in the freezer. He got to get set to punch. You got to get set to punch, but you got to relax. That's good. That was a way to come out and see. Okay? Catch his time. It's only the second round.
The Velcro on the shoe is still loose.
Let's go.
Carl Anthony Towns savoring a Knicks victory last night as the Knicks try to make their way through the playoffs, gain greater star quality in New York. Carl Anthony Towns, tremendous addition to the roster.
And a big boxing fan, Jim.
Good. We need big boxing fans. We need small ones too, but bigger better.
Yeah, that was a tough round to score. Neither guy really did much work. And I had a 10-10, a rare 10-10.
I can say a lot. But I don't even know what sense it's going to make, because I don't know what they did. I don't know the preparation. All I'm saying is he looks frantic. He don't look comfortable in the ring. And the fight hasn't started yet. I want to see him start boxing. Jab. Why he sit there a whole 30 seconds in front of the man, ain't throw nothing? I just don't understand.
It's hard for getting fed up here.
Bro, the man got too much talent, too much ability, and I'm just not seeing it come out. You know you had a fight with this guy. Get your jab going first. And there you go. But he's still throwing his jab, anticipating something coming back. Look at his face.
Let him go. Easy, let him go. Let it go.
First of all, I think he should be the one. Good look. I think he should be the one coming forward. Why is he retreating? This foul is not going to get it.
I love your commentary, Antonio. I think you're right on top of this. He has landed one meaningful punch in the fight so far. He has put on a tremendous show of moving side to side for no particular reason.
Right there. He needs to stay right there. And don't be moving so much. Stay right there. There you go. Back on the bicep.
That was the first power shot I think I've seen all fight.
He's so worried about not getting hit. You see that? He's so
is
worried
this
about
a hangover from the Ryan Garcia fight.
He's not comfortable, Jim, in the ring. Not to my liking.
I mean, he's probably had 100 rounds of sparring since the Garcia fight. He's had his father talking to him over and over. But some things just stay in the consciousness and won't go away. And that was a nightmare.
Good right hand by Devin Haney.
Starting to get comfortable in the fight.
Again, those feet everywhere.
We'll be back to Times Square right after this.
50 years ago, Grandma survived a disaster. Don't you see this? Death is coming for us because we were never supposed to exist.
There's no running this time.
This book, it will show you everything you need to know to keep our family safe.
Maybe death's not actually coming for our family. Because that would be crazy.
Final Destination, Bloodlines. Good luck. Filmed for IMAX. Experience it in theaters May 16th. Rated R.
What's the table right now?
I believe you just saw the moment when they have finally decided to fix the right shoe of Devin Haney. And now they're putting tape around the place where the Velcro apparently is not attaching. So he now has a jerry-rigged right shoe. And just to double down on the point, they have jerry-rigged the left shoe also. So now Devin Haney has what amounts to new improvised footwear for the fight.
Well, let's hope they stay together and he has no issues with his footing.
It's certainly less distracting for the commentators. I had tremendous difficulty taking my eye off the Velcro strap as it continued flopping around.
Good hook.
Good hook. He's landed a couple of good lead left hooks in the fight.
But again, Jim, what I'm seeing is when he throw that hook, it's just one speed. He's going all out with every punch. I just want him to relax. Let the fight go. Good hook. Good combination.
You know, all these first two rounds, we talked a lot about Devin Haney not throwing a lot of punches. Jose Ramirez is not taking advantage at all.
He's not. And I think Devin still think Ryan in there because this ain't an offensive, explosive guy. You know what I mean? You could probably exchange for him and get the better of it.
I mean, Ramirez continues to just stare at Haney. And I gave the last round to Devin Haney, actually, round two. But
if we're speaking Greek to you because you have not seen Ryan Garcia, you're going to see him in the next fight, the third main event of the evening. And if you have never seen Ryan Garcia before, get ready to appreciate blistering talent. Amazing to watch.
that was the best sequence for Devin so far in this fight. A jab and then the left hook off the jab.
And Devin might win this fight, but is it the way he wanted to win? Was it the performance? Did he show us something different that we could say?
One possible intended outcome of this entire promotion tonight is a rematch between Haney and Garcia. And it would be a huge fight when and if it takes place.
Yeah, Jim, it's already a done deal. Contracts are signed, I'm told. That fight's going to happen in the fall, Haney Garcia. But of course, they're going to have to win first. So nothing's actually done until it's done.
Good shot.
Good hard right hand by Devin Haney. Best punch of the fight so far.
And he needs to flow like that more. Just flow.
And Ramirez doesn't have the quickness to counter against something like that. You can see that Ramirez kind of winds up to throw a punch. His punches come in longer arcs. He landed there with the left hand. Haney holding on for the moment. But at the end of the day, Devin's shots are quicker.
I don't think Devin still has relaxed, bro. You will see it in his posture. When he does, his feet won't be so good shot though.
Comes to the zone this summer. The world's best players will be summoned together to decide the greatest club on earth. FIFA Club World Cup. Watch on DAZN from the 14th of June.
Well, it's been a great night so far, and tomorrow night there's more fight action for you. The face of boxing, Canelo Alvarez, returns to DAZN tomorrow. He takes on William Skull for the undisputed super middleweight championship in Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. That fight available to buy for you right here on DAZN.
I want to go to the FIFA World Cup. You guys want to go? What a phenomenal event. We're back in Times Square. Devin Haney and Jose Ramirez are facing off against each other, round 4 of a scheduled 12. An unusual first 3 rounds, somewhat lightened up by the odd footwork and strange shoe alignment that Devin Haney began the fight with. The third round brought us back to, or the third round brought us back to normal, and Haney's boxing advantage began to show up.
Absolutely, Jim, but so far this has not been a good fight. Jose Ramirez, more of the same of what we saw against Barbosa in November. He just seems slow to pull the trigger in there.
And missing when he does. You saw the miss with both the right and the left there. But Haney's still paying him respect, circling away, dodging with his footwork.
He's fought this whole fight with his back against the ropes. Devin Haney moving off the ropes.
I mean, you see the punch that's there. Haney's only landed 9 power shots and only 4 for Ramirez.
I don't want to sound like a broken record, guys, but are we still watching the hangover from the Garcia nightmare a year ago?
You know what? I don't know what we're watching right now. I don't know what we're watching right now, but I know this young man has more ability and talent than this, and he's not what you would call producing like Teo did. Teo came in here, showed us a better form. I don't think this is it. And he still might win the fight. I'm just saying.
Your candor is brilliant and appreciated, Antonio. The truth is right.
He's good hook.
Good hook.
Look at everything coming from Ramirez. Look at Haney's face. He's anticipating these shots. That's not normal.
Haney's only landed 5 or 6 meaningful punches in the fight, but most of them were lead left hooks.
If he threw his jab, everything was good right hand. Everything would open up. Push off that back foot with that jab. Get you some space in your combinations. Oh, good counter shot. Uppercut. It's one shot at a time, though. There's a way to do it. I'm not saying he can't win tonight.
One shot at a time, but Haney is at least beginning to show you the breadth of his skills, the multiplicity of things that he can do in the ring. Seemingly beginning to relax after not having been relaxed in the first couple of rounds.
I'm not seeing relaxed, Jim. I'm not seeing relaxed yet.
I said beginning.
Well,
look,
he's not there yet.
He's frantic, right? Why isn't he fighting in the center of the ring? He is the boxer.
All the same, I don't know if Jose Ramirez has landed 1 punch of consequence yet, has he?
So why would Haney be so frantic if we're not seeing what he's seeing?
That's a great question.
Yeah, good. Step on it, double. Bruh, it's a way to do this.
That was a good job changing levels with the jab there.
I don't want to sound like a broken record, and the whole year has gone by, but it looks to me like a hangover from the Garcia experience a year ago.
You're thinking this is just ring rust? You're thinking this is
not just ring rest, flinching. I mean, still having nightmares from, the rocket left hooks that put him on the canvas.
If I ever seen anyone worried about what's coming back, I'm seeing it tonight. By Devin Haney's facial expression and how he's on the ropes. I like him in the middle of the ring.
Now we're talking about the same thing. Now we are in the same language. That's exactly what I think I'm seeing.
Okay, on the double step. On the double step. When I step over there, you step over there. When you step right, give him a hard feint to see what he's doing. See if he's really ready. Okay? All right? The feint is going to work. Okay? Okay? Watch this. Hard feint. Hard feint like you're going to do something solid.
Antonio Tarver is counting the number of seconds it takes for a punch to be thrown in this round.
Most importantly, I'm looking at Haney.
Yeah, this is certainly not the Haney that we saw win the Undisputed Championship at 135, shut out Regis Prograis, and beat Vasily Lomachenko, even if many did not agree with that scorecard. But again, I think a lot of the blame here also has to be placed on Ramirez. Haney's a counterpuncher. Ramirez also is not throwing many punches.
Well, we knew Ramirez coming in. He didn't really have fleet of feet. You feel me? He'll be right there in front of you. He'll bang with you, but he's not the type of fighter that's going to, set traps and all that stuff, walk you into punches. He's not going to be that type of fighter.
Well, and particularly, he probably knows he's not quick enough to do that against Devin Haney. Haney can out-quick him. That's abundantly clear. Look at all the side to side. Oh, I'm going to go here. I'm going to go here. So he's preventing Ramirez from throwing any punches with his motion, but he's also preventing himself.
Good right hand.
There's some offense. Good right hand over the top, followed up with the left.
So you know what has been consistent tonight? Every time Haney let his hands go, you feel me? It's effective. But again, he's not letting his hands go with the rhythm and the timing that he should be using right now, with Ramirez in front of him.
So throw 9 punches in a row and knock him out, right?
No, set that jab up and let it all come naturally. It all come together. You got to use that jab first. That's all. He's trying to knock the guy out with one punch.
Jose Ramirez not cutting off the ring at all. He's just following Devin around.
I would have Devin boxing, jabbing forward. Go forward and just keep pushing him. He's been on his retreat all night. I would like to see him press Ramirez.
Yeah.
It's a great point, Mike Coppins. You're cutting off the ring is a fundamental skill, and he has not even attempted to cut off the ring.
Yeah, and Jim, as you said in the first fight with Barbosa fighting out of range, we now see Ramirez reaching with his jab, reaching with his right hands, but Haney is not making him pay, is he?
Come on, let him go, let him go, let him go, let him go, let him go.
So, as the action continues, Emily has located Carl Anthony Towns.
One of the city, but have you seen something like this?
I've never seen something like this. This is something special for the city. I'm so happy that Times Square and the city gets to have this moment.
Yeah. Do you have any predictions for the main fight tonight?
Yeah. For me, being caught up in the playoffs, I haven't been able to see everyone's interviews, pre-workouts, everything, weigh-ins, and all that. But the one thing I do know is that if Ryan Garcia could get that left hook down, I don't know if anyone in this sport can take that kind of punishment. So if he could get that left hook in, I think that he has a chance for success tonight.
We're going to see very shortly. Thank you so much. And let's go Knicks.
Appreciate it. Let's go Knicks. Yes, no.
Thank you so much.
All right, we're in Jose Carlos Ramirez's corner, where there ought to be some urgency at this point about the proper tactics for trying to reel in Devin Haney, or maybe they're perfectly happy to let Haney do his footwork exhibition all night long and not throw punches.
Maybe that was the game plan to come in.
There's a lead left hook for Ramirez, partially blocked by Haney, but at least he tried. One punch at a time for Ramirez, and no punches at a time for Devin Haney. That's a lot of what we've seen.
So far, the odds makers are looking correct with their 12-1, huh?
I don't think they saw it like this, though.
No, look, this is certainly not Devin Haney putting on a masterclass by any stretch.
Moments ago, you saw a perfect demonstration of Devin Haney's extremely fast hands with the left and the right, but he missed both punches. He didn't land one.
Relax. All they got to do is relax. Fight relax.
Ramirez now with a little cut under his left eye, probably from that jab.
Yep, a nick under the left eye.
Oh!
Big hook by Ramirez.
He set that up, but he missed him by a little bit.
Yep. If Ramirez looked at the videotape of the Ryan Garcia Devin Haney fight a year ago, he should have come in thinking left hook all the way. He's thrown a couple.
He got a good left hand to the body he throws sometime. Haven't seen much of that tonight. That is combination punching. There you go, Jack.
Ramirez is incredibly gun-shy now.
How you think? Good shot.
Good body shot by Devin Haney. That's a good idea. More of them would be a better idea.
Good hook.
Good hook. Haney finally starting to deliver a higher volume of punches, even though it's still basically one punch at a time.
Yeah, I'm thinking
not waiting 30 seconds between each punch.
I'm thinking this is their game plan. I think this is what they felt they had to do in order to, avoid what happened in the Ryan Garcia fight. Move a lot, keep them off balance, but entertainment-wise,
well, we're going to follow Jose Ramirez to his corner, where presumably they'll begin to work on the cut under the left eye. Robert Garcia, one of the premier trainers in the sport for a long time now, Oxnard, California. Older brother of Mikey Garcia, who was at one point a pound-for-pound contender. And now here's Mike Coppinger's scorecard to this point in the fight.
Yeah, the first round, that was a rare 10-10 round. Neither fighter did anything. And since then, Devin Haney, again, he's not really doing much. Ramirez is doing a lot less. I haven't seen Ramirez land one punch of consequence. So this has been smooth sailing so far for Devin Haney, even if he's not impressive.
Seconds out!
So, to our suggestions that this is not the best that Haney can be, it's conceivable, looking at Mike Coppinger's scorecard, that Bill Haney should say, oh, if we can win every round but one with no risk, why not? He's not risking much, but you've got him winning the rounds.
Yeah, he's definitely winning the rounds. He's landing when he do let his hands go. It's just not the rhythm, the timing, the execution.
It's not the star level fighting that Devin Haney was supposed to be producing at this point in his career.
Antonio, do you think it's by design that they see this as a confidence-building fight and then the next time out, or is that bad strategy?
I'm not sure. I just believe that maybe they thought Ramirez was bringing a lot more weapons than he is. And once you figure a guy out, 1 or 2 rounds, you should know what you need to do from that point on.
Well, if all goes according to plan, the next time out is against Garcia. And we'll see where Garcia stands in the last man, and we'll see where...
Yeah, and I want to see Haney throw some uppercuts. Ramirez obviously front foot heavy.
It's one punch at a time, and it's the counter shots that Haney is doing that's got him winning this fight. But again, like I said, I know what it's supposed to look like, and I would like to see him be more impressive with his style. And I don't know. I've seen him look a lot better than this, man, personally. And I'm not going to keep beating the horn. I mean, he's winning this fight, but I expected a lot more. considering what he had overcame and everything. You know what I'm saying?
And also for Jose Ramirez, he's a guy that's been in a lot of action fights, but this is going to be his second consecutive fight that is pretty dull. That fight with Barbosa also featured little action.
Yeah, styles make fights, and when you look at Ramirez, I think you need a guy in there that's going to come to fight, stand and fight, you know what I mean, for him to have his best moments.
Well, when I read my research on Ramirez, it suggested that he has a logical case for having been unfairly ignored and overlooked. But if you fight dull fights, that's a good way to get overlooked. People want to see entertainment value. That's part of the sport. That's why Ryan Garcia has so many social media followers, and so many people will be rooting for him here tonight in the next fight that we're going to see.
It's just not enough exchanges. And, you know, I just think, you know, Haney is winning the fight, but I don't know if he has a survival mentality right now, or, you know, he just wants to get this fight over with. I'll be disappointed if we don't see Haney back Ramirez up sometime before the night's over.
Me too.
Times Square in New York. Unusual setting and a fabulous one for this great triple header of boxing taking place before our very eyes. And one of the wonderful things about boxing is the degree to which the royalty of the sport come back to gather to watch events like this and to be a part of events like this. The last couple of days, hanging out with the Bernard Hopkinses and the Mike Tysons and the Shakur Stevensons of the sport, all of them sitting together here at ringside tonight. That's a great concentration of talent. Oscar De La Hoya is in the house. We could go on and on, really. Antonio Tarver's right here at ringside with me.
I'm back, baby.
Seconds out.
There's a look at Shakur.
Come on, man, seconds out. Let's go. Hold on. Come on, man. Get that time.
Haney versus Ramirez, round 8. Fight low on meaningful action, high on strange tactics. Difficult to explain, at least for us so far. But clearly, Haney's winning it. And it reminds me of an old Larry Merchant phrase that I've used in the past. Win this one, look good the next time.
Yep. Sometimes that's the way. A W is a W.
Devin Haney is a fighter that's really vacillated between being exciting and being tactical. You know, the Lomachenko fight was an incredible fight, but not all of his fights have been.
All right, let him go. Come on, stop. Let him go. Back up.
Styles make fights. These two styles, maybe they would always conspire to produce this kind of thing, but that's not what we expected. We expected to see Devin Haney come in here and try to make an impression by putting pressure on Jose Ramirez. Right, Antonio?
Or just boxing beautifully, relax, showing your class. Showing your class in this fight. That front hand should be more fluent. Not actually trying to knock him out with it, but tapping and touching him with it. You know, to keep you confused. Good shot, 1-2.
Good hard right hand shot.
But again, look at his back to the ropes.
Another lead left hook.
All he got to do is switch places.
You know, we got some nice weather tonight, thankfully. Fighting outdoors. Antonio, how do you think that might affect the fighters, if at all?
The weather isn't going to affect the fighters, for sure. No, it's just like a regular fight. Because it's not cold, it's nice out, so.
It's probably a little more humid here than it would be in an arena. In an arena, there'd be air conditioning. We are in a sort of summer heat storm here. It's not really hot, but it is humid.
Good shot.
Yeah, Ryan Garcia actually told me that he was a bit nervous about fighting outside. He said he does not like it.
I understand that.
Okay, now Devin did 2 jabs in the right hand. Good.
Remember Jack Johnson shading his eyes on the canvas in Havana after Jess Willard put him on his back?
I believe Billy Conn as well against Joe Louis at Yankee Stadium.
Round 14. Yeah.
Now it looked like a boxing match. Beautiful.
Conn and Lewis had a great routine for years. Where Billy Conn said, you know, I won the heavyweight championship against you, Joe. And he said, yeah, for 12 rounds. Not for 15.
Right.
Turki Al-Sheikh. Fantastic new figure in boxing. Putting forth every effort to regenerate global interest in the sport, to make the best fights possible, and the reason that we are here tonight. Owner of Ring Magazine, your employer now, Mike Carpenter. Your employer at Ring and your employer here.
That's right. That's right.
To all intents and purposes. Obviously, he does not yet own DAZN. Round 9 of a scheduled 12.
We just got a nice spray there.
Good work by Ramirez right there. Combination with Haney back against the rope. We got showered with the sweat, man. Another good shot by Ramirez.
I think Ramirez is getting to the point of the fight now where he's going to need at least a knockdown.
All right, let's go.
I think Ramirez may be getting to the point of the fight now where he might need a baseball bat. He's not getting anything done with his fists.
Nothing.
But we have Nick Khan at ringside here. Maybe we can get Triple H's sledgehammer.
There are sporting goods stores all up and down Broadway and 7th Avenue. We could buy him a bat or a tennis racket, but at the end of the day, it's boxing.
Good hook.
Another good lead left hook by Devin Haney.
Maybe the game plan was to slow the fight down and get my offense off where I want to.
It's interesting. We've seen Haney quite a number of times here tonight throw a lead left hook. You told me earlier, Antonio, as a southpaw, real skills, an Olympics fighter, a world champion at light heavyweight, that you never threw a lead right hook.
Well, I wasn't never successful. I didn't have a lot of success with my right hook. I was left hand dominant. You know what I mean?
It's all right.
Trying to hit you with the left.
It's all right if you got that kind of left hand.
Right.
Now we have multiple bees at ringside. Yeah, get some honey out here, Antonio.
I don't know. They trying to bite us though. Good jab, good one too.
I want to see Haney turn Ramirez one of these times.
Good hook. I want to see him back him up one time. One thing though, he didn't take any punishment so far tonight. A big difference than the last fight against Ryan Garcia, and I think if he can get out of here without getting hurt, knocked down, or cut, it's a success.
Ladies and gentlemen, you will be parts of history tonight.
Unique transportation to bring the fighters to the ring across town from a little bit east of here. Rolly Ramirez will be arriving in this car for the main event. And these are the wheels that will be bringing the dynamic and charismatic Ryan Garcia over. Cop. What kind of an opponent for Ryan Garcia is Rolly Ramirez?
Rolly Romero, he's a very awkward fighter.
Rolly Romero,
unconventional. He's a big puncher, but we're going to see what kind of power he has at 147. He was quite a puncher at 135, and that title victory at 140 was a knockout of Ismael Barroso. Quick stoppage, very controversial, Jim.
Come on, man, check this out.
Round 10 of the scheduled 12. Devin Haney in the black trunks. Jose Carlos Ramirez in the white.
All right, breaks. Come on.
I'm trying to tell you that Ramirez is from the raisin capital, Fresno. They have a lot of other agricultural produce there.
Yeah, Jose Ramirez, he's been a big advocate for the farm workers there. He's a great guy, one of the most polite fighters out there. And this was kind of a heated promotion. Devin Haney was talking a lot of trash to Jose, both at the press conference and at the weigh-in, Jim.
And did Jose fire back?
He did fire back, but it's really not his nature, you know?
Right. Yeah, it doesn't come naturally for him.
Yeah, Devin Haney was telling him over and over, I'm going to hurt you. But so far, I don't think he's done that.
And I don't think that's been Devin Haney's past character either, really. That's more in line with Ryan Garcia. And it's part of what fans love about Ryan Garcia, his verbal aggressiveness.
Sometime in fights, my trainer used to tell me you got to hold your ground. You feel me? Don't back up. Hold your ground. And I think Devin has held his ground tonight. Even though he's winning a fight, I don't think he's held his ground.
Well, he's not backing up exactly. He's just constantly moving laterally, making it impossible for Ramirez to throw a meaningful punch, while at the same time, he's mostly not throwing meaningful punches either. Every once in a while, a lead left hook will land. Sometimes a combination, but by and large, Devin Haney hasn't shown much of his skills here tonight.
Not a lot of his offensive skills, and I think it's, like I say, he's moving laterally. Every time Ramirez comes remotely close to him, he's out of there. And I've seen Devin Haney a lot more relaxed than this, and you got to just calm down. You just got to calm down and get back to the basics.
We're about 27 blocks south of a place called Victor's Cuban Cafe, where back in the 70s and 80s I used to dine with Roberto Duran. There's Conor Benn, who was in a tremendous fight last week in England against Chris Eubank Jr. There's Shakur Stevenson, regarded as one of the great defensive artistes of the sport at this moment, watching to see perhaps a future opponent for him. And there's Edgar Berlanga, who couldn't get past Canelo Alvarez, though he gave it a spirited effort. There's Claressa Shields, who has something of a social media disagreement with Ryan Garcia. Not unusual.
She has disagreements, Jim, with a lot of people.
Claressa? Well, she's a fighter. Through much of her career, the #1 woman fighter in the world.
Fantastic fighter.
Claressa is conditioned by Victor Conti and Snack. Devin is conditioned by Victor Conti and Snack. There are a variety of other top fighters who abide by Conti's conditioning regimens. Conti is a Conti is a serious target for Ryan Garcia on social media, partially because of the relationship of the Haneys to Conti. Garcia has gone far enough to say that he believes Conti was the villain behind the New York State Athletic Commission agreeing to reduce his victory over Devin last year to a no decision, no contest, because
Injustice, Jim.
well, he's unabashed in claiming that Conti, who has, of course, a scurrilous history with regard to performance-enhancing drugs, but spent time in prison, changed himself, has been a part of the whole VADA revolution in the sport as an advisor to VADA. Ryan is unabashed in saying, oh, no, Conti's still cheating. There's no real concrete evidence of that. It has not turned up in tests.
None at all. But look, Ryan Garcia is an emotional guy, and when I interviewed him, he did acknowledge, yeah, I don't know where the substance came from, being Austrian, but he swears he doesn't know where.
Yo, watch that camera, man.
Round after round, pretty much the same thing.
Yep.
Not a moment of drama so far in the fight.
You can't stay out the way. You're going to have to step back, man. All right?
¿Qué pasa, no? Hágamelo, cabrón, Vamos, José, con todo. ¿Cómo se siente, señor? Bien.
Yo, last round.
Vamos, Este es el último round, José, con todo. Vamos, tienes que cerrar.
I want you to use your double step going both them ways, okay? Right? Okay. Listen. This is where he's going to come. But listen, when on the double step is when he's off balance. Okay? So that's what we take. Come very loud. Okay? All right? Listen, don't give him nothing here. This is here.
It would be almost impossible for anyone to take a nap here in Times Square in this setting, amid this kind of activity, et cetera, et cetera. But if ever a fight between two high-quality fighters was capable of inducing a snooze or a nap in Times Square, this might be it.
Yeah, certainly not a fight to remember.
Boring.
Now what's important is they go back and put this fight under the microscope, be honest with themselves, and see where the improvement needs to be before, they get ready for Ryan Garcia.
I mean, where does Jose Ramirez go from here?
Well, put him in there with the type of fighter that can make a good fight, then, we'll see. But it's going to have to be an aggressive fighter, a fighter that comes to him and that's willing to fight.
Here's a piece of evidence to support what we have been saying and trying to say in our own words all along. According to CompuBox, this fight is at least within range of potentially setting a record for the least punches thrown by both fighters in a 12-round fight in any division.
That was Wilder Parker, and I'm not surprised because of the little action we've seen tonight. I expected a whole nother type of Devin Haney coming back with everything to prove, and I was excited to see this young man put on. But hey, he'll get the W and move on, and hopefully he can have a better performance the next time.
I'm so thrilled to say that I watched Wilder Parker And now I've gotten a chance to call this one. So I have a really great resume in this kind of fight, right?
You was close to both, huh?
At least for Wilder Parker, I was on a sofa. Okay.
And at least in Wilder Parker really hurt Wilder badly late in that fight. So there was some action.
Oh, it was some action, yep.
Shocking. Nobody has hurt anybody in this fight. With 45 seconds to go in round 12.
Well, look on the bright side, Jim. There's no fans here in attendance except for the VIPs, so there's not going to be any booing, I imagine.
They booing from home, no problem.
Neil Leifer is across the ring working as hard as ever to get a great shot of Devin Haney and Jose Ramirez. A memorable, iconic photograph, like his photograph of Ali standing over Liston. Not going to happen, Neil.
I know nobody better not jump on the top rope.
Seriously.
You better not jump on the top rope.
Hey, I'll tell y'all one thing. I'm disappointed like hell on this fight right here. Devin, man, I don't know if Devin Haney still shell shocked from when he got beat by Ryan Garcia or something. But man, I looked at that fight right there. I had looked for Devin Haney to be more active in that fight, man. He was doing a lot of running around. Neither one of the fighters were throwing punches, man. It was like when you have a big fight and like the first 2 or 3 rounds, they be kind of filling each other out. They ain't really throwing the punches. But it seemed like they did that shit the whole damn 12 rounds. Made the fight boring as hell, man. Hopefully this next fight, y'all, which would be the main event, Ryan Garcia versus Roland Romero. I'm pretty sure that fight going to be more entertaining because Roland is more of an aggressive fighter. So hopefully that'd be more entertaining, man. But I'm most definitely disappointed with this Devin Haney fight, man. This shit boring than a song, bitch, man. Boring as hell. But shoot, man, I appreciate everybody who in here kicking it with me, man. Y'all most definitely make sure y'all subscribe to the channel if y'all enjoying the content. And double tap the screen for the Liz Ice, man. Hey, if you're listening, hey, the way these rounds going, these fights are going pretty fast. I'm gonna still do the Houston Rockets and the Warriors game. Probably by the time this next fight is over, they'll probably still be in the first, maybe the beginning of the second quarter by the time they over. So I'm gonna still do the Warriors and the Rockets game. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna end this live and I'm gonna start that one up. So once I end this one, probably give me maybe about 5-10 minutes, and I'm gonna come right back on with the Warriors and the Rockets game, man. We're gonna see if the Warriors gonna close them out or if the Rockets gonna take their ass 7 games, man. It's gonna be on and popping. Y'all already know how we do it. This is how we do it. Na, 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 na. This is how we do it. Ooh, you already know. So give me 1 second, man. I'm gonna let y'all hear the part where they say who won. Devin Haney most definitely won the fight, but they ain't hardly throw no goddamn punches though. But here we go, y'all. Hey, waiting for the main event. We'll come on next. Ryan Garcia, your boy Roland Romero. Hopefully it'll be more entertaining. But here we go, man.
Are we saying, and it's a 12-round bout.
And particularly the fact that Haney landed 45 power punches by CompuBox count and Ramirez only 17. So we're probably looking at a solid, relatively lopsided decision for Haney.
Judges have it, unanimous 4, still undefeated, and he is Devin the Dream Haney.
Well, In order to dream, you have to be asleep.
Yep. You the best, Jim.
And Devin, along with the opponent, probably just put a few people to sleep. So we are getting ready for the last of our three main events. Ryan Garcia versus Roland Romero. And I'm going to promise you unequivocally, the first 4 rounds of that fight will have more action than you just saw.
Welcome to the Fight Night Update presented by DraftKings. Sergio, it is going to be bombs away in New York City when Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero get together. Ryan, big favorite, according to the odds makers. Rolly is a former 140-pound champion. Do you think that Ryan deserves to be this big a favorite?
Yeah, I think he deserves it. I think he's motivated. He has a lot to prove coming off his last fight, but he's still going to be the naturally taller, faster, and I think one punch more explosive puncher than Rolly Romero. They both have leaky technique, but Romero has a lot more leakier. So I like Ryan Garcia on this one by knockout.
Yeah, I like Ryan by knockout too. I don't think this gets to the second half of the fight.
Knockout.
Maybe at 135 pounds years ago, I would have had a different take on it. But Rolly has been knocked out by Gervonta Davis. He has been knocked out by Isaac Cruz. He was put on roller skates by Ishmael Barroso. I just don't think he has the chin anymore. And I think Ryan is going to fill out more naturally at 147 pounds. And I don't think Ryan's going to go out there and try to hunt Rolly down like he did against Devin Haney. I think he's going to try to time him, but I think at some point very early in this fight, Ryan Garcia picks up a knockout. Well, in boxing, anything can happen. Just make sure you check out the latest odds with DraftKings and remember to gamble responsibly.
Why do you want to bring back Manhattan?
You see, power equals power.
It's a gentrifying neighborhood. What do you expect?
I dare any mainlander to set foot on this island.
I'm not playing your games.
Into an angel.
90 calories, 2.6 carbs, the only lighter than light beer that's worthy of being called Corona. Welcome to the premier side of life.
Barbara is nervous because her check engine light is on and she's expecting the worst. But she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner, Amy, runs a fix finder scan. Just one of AutoZone's exclusive free services. She finds the most likely fix and refers her to a local shop. Less stress, more free services.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
What is the most powerful trait we have? It's the miraculous thing of nature. It's the human spirit. For what they teach us, what they show us, just example of what extraordinary samurai can do. Life is so important to them. You get in the ring, you find out where you belong. Losing to them, there's a code attached to it. It's dying. What's living mean? It means finding a way.
What up with you, Daniel, man? Appreciate you coming through, brother. We just killing a little time, waiting on Ryan Garcia. Roland Romero about to get ready to fight next, man. Appreciate you coming through, Daniel Barry. And hey, man, keep on your notification bell, man. As soon as this fight is over, because it started early, I'm still gonna do the Rockets and the Warriors fight. So once this fight is over, I'm gonna end this, and then I'm gonna crank it right back up with the Rockets and the Warriors, man. So hey, it's gonna be on and popping, man. We're gonna see if the Rockets gonna stretch it to game 7, or if your boy Steph Curry and Jimmy Bucket's gonna send them boys fishing an early vacation. Let's get it, man. Appreciate everybody coming through. Y'all make sure y'all double tap the screen for the lights and subscribe to the channel. Hey, that fight just went off with Devin Haney. I don't know if y'all were listening, but that's probably one of the boringest goddamn fights in the history known to man. Known of fightingism, the history of fightingism. Probably one of the boringest goddamn fights ever. But I most definitely feel like this next fight, Ryan Garcia and Rolly, most definitely gonna be entertaining, man. I'm looking for Ryan Garcia to drop his ass though, man. I'm gonna say maybe it's 6, 7 rounds. I'll say somewhere between 6 and 8, y'all. I look for Ryan Garcia to drop his ass. I don't think he's going the whole 12 rounds. But here we go, man. We on and popping, baby.
Main event of the evening, Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero. A fantastic matchup on paper. Let's see if it pans out.
This is what happens when you lose. Enjoy your rest, Ryan. You're gonna need it.
Enough talk. Get to the fight already. Hey, Haney, come on.
More like the Lion King.
The dream? More like
Stop. You're a cheater. You ain't gonna do shit. You the juice combo.
Juice?
You're a cheater. You're a
Right. Grab your crying app.
No more ostrich.
Hey, if y'all not watching the fight, if y'all wondering what the hell going on, they doing all this video game shit. I don't know what the hell they doing right before the fight. But that's what y'all hearing right now. So, hey, what up with you from the 616? Appreciate you coming through, brother. Hey, not Devin Haney, I'm sorry. Ryan Garcia and your boy Rolly Romero about to get ready to fight, man. I don't know why they doing all this video game shit before the fight. But that's what y'all hearing. If y'all wondering what y'all hearing, that's what it is. But we about to get ready to get this thing on and popping, baby. On and popping like popcorn. Let's get it, man.
Seriously?
Yeah, me too. Me too. 616. I'm looking for Ryan Garcia to drop his ass, man. I'm looking for Ryan Garcia to probably knock his ass out, probably about the 6-8 round. Because your boy Rolly, he talk a whole bunch of trash. I look for Ryan Garcia to drop his ass early and go on and get to the after party. Go on and get to that after party. Man, that was a long ass commercial. All right, man, here we go, man.
Come back to Midtown Manhattan. This just in. The Haney Ramirez fight is over with. So if you went out to run that important errand at the grocery store, now is the chance to come back and set your consciousness for something that Turkey Al-Sheikh and all of his associates are pretty sure is going to be a real fight. Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape. There's a 3-year age gap in favor of Garcia. There's a 1-inch height gap in favor of Garcia. They both weighed in at 146. There's a 2-inch reach gap in favor of Garcia. Let's go to Michael Buffer now for the official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are moments away from our third main event of the evening. The fighters are almost here. It's time for Fatal Fury in Times Square. Main event number 3 of the triple hitter.
Here's Rolly in the car, getting ready to roll. Some people have said in the past Rolly Romero, but he confirmed again yesterday, as he has many times, no, it's Rolly. action fighter, Mike Coppinger. This fight promises sustained action, right?
I don't think this one's going to distance, Jim. I am expecting fireworks. Rolly Romero is a big puncher, and he's a better boxer than given credit for, even if he is awkward. He was winning rounds, Jim, against Gervonta Davis.
You say he's a big puncher. Does he have the kind of weaponry that matches up against Ryan Garcia's left hook?
Absolutely not. I mean, he's just a guy that's more awkward with his shots. He reminds me a bit of Ricardo Mayorga, both in and out of the ring. And Ryan Garcia, that left hook is unmatched.
Yeah, Ryan knows how to set it up with his left hook, and Rolly really doesn't. But if he can improve and able to set those power shots up on Ryan, it's a whole different fight if he can land.
Yeah, and Ryan Garcia told me that he compared his left hook to Deontay Wilder's right hand. He said that everyone knows it's coming, and yet nobody can stop it.
I was just about to ask if his left hook is as dangerous as Deontay Wilder's right hand was. There's the answer right there. Thank you, Mike Coppinger. And there is the glamorous and exciting Ryan Garcia. In a lot of ways, particularly via his social media activity and his hard punching with the left hook in the ring, he at the moment is the lifeblood of the sport in America.
Ryan Garcia is one of the biggest stars in all of boxing, and I think he really has a chance in the future to be the face of boxing if he can stay clean outside the ring and win inside the ropes.
And because he's so young still, it seems like he's had a full career already, but he still have quite a few more years he can give us.
Yeah, he's a young guy, and the biggest star in boxing by far right now, that's Canelo Alvarez, of course. He's 34 years old. He's near the end.
You're right.
And Canelo is obviously a larger star in his home country of Mexico. Garcia is an American fighter, so that in itself is an edge. Interestingly, and this is totally parenthetical and unrelated to the fight that we're about to see, but I was at the International Boxing Hall of Fame last spring, where Marco Antonio Barrera and Eric Morales were both there, arm in arm, going to every event together, demonstrating the kind of camaraderie that comes from fights like Gaddy Ward and others of that nature. And they both said that they thought Canelo now has a resume that can be presented credibly for greatest Mexican fighter of all time. It's an astonishing honor. Here's Michael
Ladies and gentlemen, now making his entrance to the ring first, Rolando Romero.
Let's see what this one's like. From beginning to the end, I intend my entire team to be fire. And then start spilling, but I'm finna be fire. You see, I intend to go higher as an entire choir. Singing higher than a man working on the wire. Electric lines and I'm 6 wires higher. You can't hate from me, I'm doing my thing. And you can't see the money, Mr. McGuire. But you can't see the rider on the spitfire tires. Okay, I'm quiet, I'm recruiting this game. First if it play, long I'm shooting at the snakes like leather neck. Again, pointed back, man, you can't aim. You got the game messed up, you gotta push yourself. You can just ask for me. Now put your opponent like channel. Some Shanghai cups in the camo. Stutter like Crambo. It was me, especially if you're looking for a shrine. Hardly ever seen. I was on the future. I'm CJ, telling me I was here on the street. I said I was special because I only one eye like a peacock. But if a pup like Mo, you can't catch it. People like start calling me Nino. I said no. I'm just rolling on me like I'm so big.
as we watch Ryan Garcia begin his trek here to Times Square to enter the ring. Antonio, I don't know that I've looked this closely before at Rolly Romero. He has very strong legs.
He's a strong, powerful fighter, and a lot of his strength comes from the bottom. Pacquiao had very, very strong legs. He has a good base for shots. You feel me? I just wish he had a little bit more rhythm and flow with his punches. He could be a dangerous fighter.
This is Romero's first fight at 147, and he told me this was a move that he should have made a long time ago. It's hard to believe that this guy once paid 135.
And if you wonder,
hey, if y'all just coming in here, the fighters that coming to the ring, of course, you know they're fighting in Times Square, so they're fighting outside. So when they come to the ring, they're not walking to the ring like they normally do. They actually coming to the ring in a car. So right now, Ryan Garcia is coming to the ring in the Batmobile car, old Batman car, is what he coming down the street in. If y'all not able to see the fight, he is coming down the street in the Batmobile coming to the ring, y'all. But I appreciate everybody coming in here, kicking it with me, man. Hey, main event, about to get ready to get it on and popping. Ryan Garcia and your boy Romero. Let's get it, man. That's what you're hearing with the music. That's them coming to the ring. Like I said, they're fighting outside, so they're doing it a little different, y'all. But here we go, man. Appreciate everybody coming through. Y'all like the content, man. Most definitely make sure you double tap the screen for the likes and subscribe to the channel. Let's get it, baby.
Garcia.
mugging for the crowd, blowing kisses, phenomenal crowd appeal, electric personality, smart, sometimes self-destructive, all factors which have been part and parcel of many of the greatest boxing stars over the years. Let's go to Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Fatal Fury Times Square main event number 3 in the triple header. 12 rounds of boxing in the welterweight division. And it's all brought to you by the Bible of Boxing, Ring Magazine, and SNK Corporation, publisher of the famous video fighting game, Fatal Fury City of Wolves. Along with promoters Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions, Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing, and Box Raw. This contest presented in association with Warriors Promotions and sponsored by Public Investment Fund. Visit Saudi, STC, SRMG, Dr. Suleiman Al Habib Medical Group, Saudia, the national airline of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Jeddah Season, Milaf Cola, NHC, Visit Qatar, Core Group, Desert, Sky, Arab National Bank, First Data, and Sella. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we go to the sanctioning bodies, and this is sanctioned by the New York State Athletic Commission, Executive Director Matthew Delaglio. The 3 judges scoring on a 10-point system: Tony Paolillo, Veluska Roldan, and Tom Schreck. And inside the ring, in charge of the action at the bell, your referee, Ricky Gonzalez. And now, the Fatal Fury Times Square, 3rd contest of the evening. So for all those in attendance and the millions watching around the world live on pay-per-view, DAZN.com. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Oh yeah, baby, let's get it!
Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing pink and yellow and weighing in officially at 146.6 pounds. His professional record, 16 victories, 13 of those 16 by knockout, against 2 defeats. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, USA, he is Rolando Romero. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the red corner, wearing blue and weighing in officially at 146.8 pounds. His professional record outstanding, 24 victories, 20 big wins by knockout, only one defeat with one no contest. Fighting out of Victorville, California, ladies and gentlemen, Ryan King Garcia.
Gentlemen, you received the instructions in the dressing room. I expect a good, clean fight. Protect yourselves at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Touch them up.
So can these two fighters now establish the electric vibe that has been missing for most of the evening? This has not been a thrilling boxing card in any way other than the setting and the quality of the fighters who are in the ring. We have not seen a great fight. If we're going to see one tonight, this is the only candidate remaining, and it was probably always the most likely candidate, Mike.
Absolutely, Jim. Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero, great characters outside the ring, exciting fighters inside it, two big punchers, and Ryan Garcia, of course, owns the fastest hands in all of boxing.
Particularly the rocket left hook. Very hard to see coming.
Yeah, I mean, he can really throw it from anywhere. He can throw it from the hip, from high up. It's a dangerous weapon.
Is the marriage with trainer Derek James permanent or a momentary thing?
I think we'll see. There was a lot of talk about Ryan reuniting with Eddie Reynoso for this fight. But Reynoso, of course, was unavailable as he's training Canelo Alvarez. That fight's in Riyadh just 24 hours from now.
Good jab by Garcia.
I like that jab by Garcia. I think that separates him for what Rolly does. Rolly don't really work behind his jab, and I think that'll keep Ryan out front if he can do that consistently.
Ryan sticks an authoritative jab. He's already landed 2 or 3 of them. You establish that punch in the first round, and it means a lot to you for the remainder of the fight.
Most definitely. And he's going to definitely offset what Rolly is trying to do, is land a big counter punch. Good jab.
So far, the first round is a Ryan Garcia jabbing exhibition. We're more than halfway through.
You know, Antonio, you're somebody that turns pro later in life. Rolly Romero didn't even start boxing until age 16.
Yeah, that's late to start. Not extremely late, but normally if you're going to be in this sport and have a career in it, you usually want to start by 10, 11 years old. Start them young, for real.
It's easy to love a fighter who has fast hands. Is it a learned trait, Antonio, or is it totally inborn as a skill?
Well, you train and you can, get better at your speed, but it's something you either have or you don't. If you're a fast fighter, you can become a faster fighter, quicker, if you have those abilities. I like a guy that can do pretty much a little bit of everything. Power, speed, rhythm, timing.
If I were going to come back as a fighter in my next life, and I wanted to ask for one attribute, I would ask for fast hands. I think it decides more fights than any other physical edge.
Yeah, think of the best fighters of the past 25 years, right? Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, incredibly fast hands.
Meldrick Taylor. I can still see him.
Yeah, having speed and control is what's the nightmare.
Yeah. Floyd Mayweather.
Right.
What is the most powerful trait you have?
Good first round, dominated by Garcia's jab.
I say so.
It's the use of speed. For what they touch is what they show us. Just exactly of what the story is.
If you're doing this, you gotta. If you can hit him in this, really fine. If you hit him in this, I'll hit him in this right here. All right, and then stepping over. He's trying to come over the top. He's trying to walk into the right hand. So go the other direction.
What's living? It means finding a way.
Seconds out!
Ryan Garcia, that last fight.
Hey, Roland done knocked Ryan Garcia ass down. He done dropped his ass already. Hell no. Roland done dropped Ryan Garcia ass, y'all.
He's going to come back firing, but he's not going to hide.
Roland Romero got to be patient right now, bro, because Ryan ain't got hurt. He's still dangerous.
And he's looking to land the left hook.
But what a shot by Roland Romero, man. I was wondering how long it was going to take him to get inside.
Changed the whole night. Changed the whole atmosphere. Listen to the noise that now surrounds us.
And don't forget, Jay, it was actually round 2 against Luke Campbell that Ryan Garcia was dropped, and he came back to score a brutal knockout.
One thing about Rolly, he gonna get you or you gonna get him. It's gonna be one or the other. Oh, they exchanging hooks.
We definitely have our answer. Rolly Romero's power carried up to 147, huh?
Oh yeah. It looked like he's always been a strong fighter, but that weight did him good.
And those strong legs. He has a base for power in there, as does Garcia, by the way. Oh, hard right hand over the top by Rolly Romero.
That was a clubbing right hand, though. He's gonna have to straighten that out a little bit if he wants the effect that hook had. Right now, I would advise Ryan Garcia just to jab his chest, jab his arm, just put that jab on him.
Well, that was what dominated the first round. But Rolly attacked quickly in the second.
That hook was blistering. He hit him twice with 2 hooks.
So Romero's working on a 2-point round after having put Garcia on the canvas with that power explosion.
Seems like Garcia's regained his senses.
Yeah, he realized now he can get hurt. He's going to have to tighten up a little bit, close that door.
The showbiz part is over. The fight has begun.
Stop at the bell.
Good hook by Ryan right there on the ropes.
You can almost hear Ryan Garcia thinking, I need a left hook. I need to land the left hook. I need to make my point.
Listen, Ryan, don't relax. That's what's happening. Listen, shoot the stick and start, because he's gonna let you work up because he's gonna start doing it. So,
If y'all just coming in here, Rolly just dropped Ryan Garcia ass in that last round, y'all. Caught him with the hook shot and dropped his ass early. But one thing I can say before they come back out, man, Ryan Garcia don't look like he shook up. So, but yeah, Rolly caught his ass with a double hook shot. Blah, blah. Down goes Frazier. Let's get it, man.
Great shot by Roland Romero.
Garcia was already off balance after the first hook, and then Romero sealed the deal with the second. So now Garcia has tasted Rolly Romero's power. The job for Garcia now, in addition to getting his bearings and his senses back, is to try to make Romero taste his power.
Most definitely.
With a left hook.
And it's not just Romero's first fight at 147. This is Garcia's first fight at 147 as well.
They should both be a little stronger.
Now, Garcia, of course, had a tumultuous 2024. He got into trouble. Waldorf Astoria got arrested for some damage to the property. But he tells me he's been sober for a while now and that he worked with his family in outpatient therapy.
Man, that's great, man, that he took it upon himself to really seek help if that was the case. And you can see, you know what I mean, with his approach to this fight, it's definitely working. You feel me? He's really applying some things to his life. I think it'll be important for Rolly now to start investing in that body just in case this fight goes long. He can at least take a little of the steam off of Ryan Garcia.
They've both been focused so far on landing a power shot upstairs. So neither of them has yet mounted a serious body attack. But it could be that the first one of the two who does that could gain an advantage. Look at Romero's upper body. And you see that musculature. See where the power comes from. Muscles in his back.
Yeah, he's a strong fighter. When I look at Romero, it looks like his style really gives Ryan some issues. You know, Ryan is not able to really effectively jab as much as he wants to. He has an awkward style, and I think it's bothering Ryan to some degree.
Well, sometimes a puzzle takes a while to solve. That's why there are 12 rounds. That's why you have a corner to talk to you between rounds. This could become an exercise in management for Ryan Garcia. With all his talents, Romero is a very tough opponent. Has already shown it.
And certainly since that knockdown, Garcia seems a little more hesitant to uncork that left hook.
Well, you got to set that left hook up. Just throwing it for no apparent reason is not going to get it done. I would like to see him really scoring with that jab, and I think he can open some things up.
Romero just missed with another right hand. First two rounds are very dramatic, and now he'll be back.
Está de pinga. ¿Tú me estoy yendo? Lo único que me hace falta es que te mantengas con la finta y no te quedes alto tanto tiempo, ¿te entiendes? Mira, él no te tira. Cada vez que tú le estás haciendo finta, él no te tira. ¿Ok? Y acuérdate que tú lo enganchaste con esta. Amágale la de esta para que lo enganches con la otra, ¿oíste? Vamos allá, mi nene, ¿eh? Límpiate los guantes conmigo.
We're back in Times Square in New York City. We are back at the epicenter of the New York culture. Manhattan Central Point for a boxing card, which has finally erupted now in what is an action-filled fight, at least for the first two rounds, between Rolly Romero and Ryan Garcia. And considerable drama now as we move to round four, with Garcia already having been on his back in center ring in round two.
Good body shot with that jab. I like both of these guys focused tonight. Rolly seemed to be mentally focused, not really getting reckless with his style. Like it.
You know, certainly this is the best battle of trainers on the entire card. Ryan Garcia with Derek James, who's led Jermell Charlo and Errol Spence to championships. And then, of course, Romero with Ismael Salas of the Cuban School of Boxing.
Yeah, and you make a great point with that. Salas from the Cuban School of Boxing. But has he had a puncher like Romero before?
Never.
Garcia sticking the jab in. Romero jabbing to the body.
He's setting up that left hook again.
He being Garcia.
Rolly setting that left hook again. I see him feign for it. Right there is where Ryan should be snapping that jab out right there.
Just keep looking at the thickness of the muscles in Romero's body. It looks like he got more out of the rise in weight than did Ryan Garcia.
That's the jab I was talking about. He got to continue to use that jab in order to set the big punches up.
Garcia is far more likely, it appears, to commit to his jab than Rolly, who uses it more as a tactical rhythm thing.
WelterZone is the official global broadcaster for the 2025 Club World Cup. Inter Miami and the Seattle Sounders are going to compete alongside Manchester City, Chelsea, Real Madrid, and teams from all around the world. You can watch all 63 live soccer matches on DAZN beginning on June 14th. Not to be missed. There's also another major boxing event coming this summer. Alexander Usyk and Daniel Dubois will rematch, this time for the undisputed heavyweight titles. Usyk stopped Dubois in 2023. Remember, some say that first fight was controversial. They will settle matters in a rematch on July 19th, live from Wembley Stadium.
Active crowd having a blast in Times Square tonight. Unique event put together by Turki Al-Sheikh of Saudi Arabia, the new force in boxing marketing and promoting around the world. And now we move to round 5 between Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero.
Garcia countered real good off of Rolly's punches right then. He got the best of that exchange.
4 rounds have gone by pretty quickly, but there was thunder in the second when Romero landed a double left hook, 2 of them in rapid fire succession, to put Garcia on the canvas.
Yeah, both of these fighters, while they have power, they both have been stopped too. Romero was stopped by Pitbull Cruz last year, and then Garcia, of course, against Gervonta Davis, courtesy of a body shot.
And very interesting, our unofficial ringside scorer, as you saw at the bottom of the screen there, has had Garcia winning each of the other 3 rounds besides the 10-8 round for Rolly Romero in the second round. So at this moment, according to our unofficial ringside scorer, Garcia, despite the knockdown, leads the fight.
It's a close fight. I don't know how the judges are scoring it other than the knockdown. I think that last round could have been really close, but we'll see.
Now they tell me, and I'm feeling my way, that was the AI scorecard, artificial intelligence. Yet another way of doing it.
Garcia really is not letting his hands go much, and when he does, it's one at a time, right?
That's what I was telling you. It looks like Rolly's style just gives him a little trouble because he's usually more active than this. Maybe it was that knockdown, Jim.
He did land a body shot. And yes, you're more likely to keep your hands home if you can remember tasting the canvas, which you can certainly remember when the fight.
Not just that, we talk about Haney possibly having a hangover. What about Garcia?
Right.
He had his win taken away. He was suspended for PED use. He had a big chaotic year outside the ring. And he has a lot of questions surrounding.
Off for a whole year.
At this stage of the fight, I think Rolly is really showing a lot of discipline. You're not to stay within it in the chess match rather than just, throwing caution to the wind.
I don't know how they judge him, right? So you got to get busy with the jab. You can beat him with a jab. Once you beat him with the jab, you start setting up all the other shots. You're going to be so annoyed with the jab that he's not going to think about the right hand or the left hook. But we need to keep the jab in his face to open him up. Shoot the jab, start playing the thing with the right hand.
So Derek James doesn't know how they're scoring it, but this is how Mike Coppinger is scoring it. And this is very similar to what the artificial intelligence scoring showed us, Mike.
Yeah, Romero is doing the best work in there. Obviously, he had the 10-8 rounds automatically in round 2. And Ryan Garcia is simply not throwing many punches right now. He's allowing Romero to pick up some of these rounds, but they are close, Jim.
Those totals are wrong. That should say Romero 48, Garcia 46.
Correct.
So Coppinger has Romero ahead in the fight. Artificial intelligence had Ryan Garcia ahead in the fight. I would rely more on Coppinger. I don't know what artificial intelligence really is. Right.
You know, Jim, when I was with Romero in training camp in Vegas, he told me that he had lapses in concentration against Gervonta Davis and that he was learning from it. And I think you see that right here.
Looks like Rolly picking up the pressure now on Ryan Garcia.
He's fighting focused, right?
Oh, big time focus.
Left hook landed for Ryan Garcia. That was not the A-list left hook, but it was a landed punch. The A-list left hook is a rocket.
That body shot is effective and it's consistent. That one left hand to the body, Rolly is throwing. And Rolly's keeping that right hand right on that chin. Ryan Garcia hasn't had really much success with that hook tonight, Jim. And that's his patented punch.
100% correct. It's been mostly quiet through the first 5 rounds of the fight. So what is Romero doing, Antonio, to take the left hook away?
You know, I'm thinking those little feints, the little jittery movement that he's doing. He's a little awkward with his approach, and sometimes that might throw a guy off. You know what I mean? And he's also powerful,
particularly if he has punching power. You don't worry about a guy's motion so much if he can't hurt you, but he's already proven that he can. So therefore, you pay more attention to those little twitches and moves, right?
And the last thing you want him to do is get a clean shot on Jim. That could be over.
Yeah, I think it's important to note here that these guys are familiar with one another. They sparred a few times 8 years ago, and of course they both, as usual, have different versions of how that sparring went. But Ryan told me that he was going to be hitting him at will on the inside.
And that ain't the case.
He hasn't been inside. He has not been inside to this moment in the fight. They have fought the entire fight from this posture on the perimeter.
And then when I look at this fight, there's not a lot being taken away from Rolly or Ryan. You feel me? If you're going to deplete a guy around from 9-10, you got to invest right now.
But if artificial intelligence still has Ryan Garcia ahead by points in the fight, it must be on the basis of his jab. He's throwing more jabs than Roland Romero.
He's definitely doing that.
Well, Jim, artificial intelligence. Liking the jab, but I think Romero won that round.
Clean body shot, clean. Couple two.
Te salió 1-2-1.
I think Romero won the round, and I think by any human scoring metric, Romero should be ahead in the fight. Okay, now here's a proper updated scorecard. Scorecard, not artificial intelligence. It's a 58-55 lead halfway through the fight for Rolly Romero.
I have to agree with that card. I think Ryan Garcia gonna need a knockdown at least to take him from a hungry Rolly Romero. He can taste it now.
Yeah, and we're entering round 7. The round Garcia knocks Campbell out in when he was dropped in round 2, which he was in this fight.
So it doesn't seem like Ryan Garcia has came back from that knockdown as much as he did against Luke Campbell.
Not so far, no. I think the knockdown really made him a little gun shy.
If your scorecard is right, Mike Coppinger, Ryan Garcia could win the rest of the fight by a small margin and still lose it, because the lead that Romero has is big enough to ward him off. Ryan Garcia needs to get his left hook going, Antonio.
One of these fighters need to show some separation. You feel me? Win a round decisively or something. These rounds are just too close, Jim.
Well, the knockdown is the difference in the fight.
Good body shot. There you go. He got to get Rolly on his back foot.
Romero ducked the right hand. Missing in action so far, the electric left hook of Ryan Garcia. The punch that so bedeviled Devin Haney a year ago, not here tonight so far.
You know, some fighters do fight better when there's chaos swirling around them. Is Ryan Garcia perhaps one of those guys?
Man, I'm thinking I'm thinking this, though. Rolly is strong, bro. He's getting hit with jabs and he's not even moving. He's not backing up, and I think that is really what's stressing Ryan right now. He can't get this guy to retreat.
Yeah, he did tell me that this move to 147 for Romero should have happened a long time ago.
And he's strong, bro. It just look like, again, he's able to back Ryan up. Ryan is not able to back him up. Good jab. I think a 1-2 will work for Ryan, but he got to go from 0 to 100 with the right hand. Push off that jab, let that right hand come back. I think he can at least land it.
All this posing and looking is wasting time. We're in the 7th. There are only 5 rounds to go after this. It's verging toward becoming another big fight nightmare for the revered trainer Derek James, who lost last year with Errol Spence against Terrence Crawford and may be headed for a similar result tonight if this doesn't change.
And this would be a huge upset. The fact that Ryan has so much momentum going in. We got the big fight with Haney right there on the limb, so it would be a devastating loss if he can't pull this fight out.
And James also had Charlo, who laid an egg against Canelo.
That was a more predictable fight. Right. Yeah, that was Canelo.
Listen, when he's doing this, keep shooting the jab, but you can't hit him when he's doing this. Hit him in the arm, hit him, knock it down. Make him keep that arm out there. They should keep him out of it, but he can't hit him in the arm, hit him in this. So step over to that, hit him in the shoulder, hit him in the right. Bam, bam, bam. Listen, whenever you go to the right and the left, you walking into the right hand, that's what he's trying to shoot good at you. Tell you all of it, listen, find that, bite that, that's what it's about. The little daughters, the little, everything you got, you listen, bite down. This is where the dog got to come out right now. Listen, don't nobody care what you do. You feel like a champ. The only way you feel like a champ, you got to go win it. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it.
Show who's Ryan. Come on, Ryan.
That speech makes clear that Derek James hears the ticking of the clock and wants Ryan Garcia to respond to the ticking of the clock.
Yeah, he realized that, ran out of time. He thought his fighter would be comfortably ahead, but that's not the fight we're seeing right now, Jim.
Ryan
No,
Garcia.
Go ahead.
Ryan Garcia, at least, certainly looks engaged to me in the corner as Derek James was urging him to throw more punches, even if they're landing on the arm.
I think he needs to take some risks. That's the only thing that, pays off is a risk in this fight. There you go. Right there, you got to stay ahead. Just keep popping that jab. It'll open up. Nice. Keep doing that. I always was taught to add on. If you hit guy with one punch, you got to come back with two. If you throw two, throw three. So Ryan Garcia just need to add on to the combinations right now.
Roland Romero took a shot at ending the fight right there with that right hand thrust. Big time power if he had landed the punch.
A lot of measuring, posturing right now.
Well, that's often what you see when two guys think of themselves as power punchers. They tend to wait to try to land the big shot. I think that's part of what Derek James was trying to break through with in terms of Ryan Garcia. Don't keep waiting to land the one big shot. Throw multiple punches. Rack up some scoreboard here.
He landed a good jab right then.
I just think Garcia's losing a lot of these rounds based on inactivity alone.
He's just not doing enough, it don't seem like. You got to keep peppering that jab until something else opens up. The right hand, the hook, body shots. Good jab. Keep it up.
Off the jab at least.
You're right,
or a left hook.
Add on. Good jab. Rhythm and timing, you just need to use it more.
Now Rolly swarms him. Him back to the ropes.
Stop holding. Stop holding.
By holding, and the referee tells to hold. Two landed punches at the end of the round for Romero's reputation was built from gym wars in Las Vegas. He's been known for high-energy sparring sessions in Las Vegas, some of them in Floyd Mayweather's gym.
He's a guy, I believe, that just sold out. That was an illegal punch behind the back, wasn't it?
Yes.
He sold out on his career, man. He sold himself, and he got that opportunity with Tank, and the rest is history. He believed in himself to that point.
And Romero's a guy that gets a lot of opportunities because he talks such great trash. But, you know, funny enough, he really didn't even speak much until he was 11 years old.
Wow.
He had a lisp, and
he's making really up for it now. Always another. Always another fight to make.
Hey y'all, I apologize for the inconvenience trying to get it back rolling, man. I apologize. Get you back rolling with the audio in just a minute. Keep getting the interruption.
Roland Romero could be the beneficiary of all that tonight.
And it's a big surprise, Jim, that we're even in round 10. Odds makers had the over-under for this fight at 6.5 rounds.
The trainer can't make the fighter throw more punches. The fighter's the only one who's in the ring, looking at the opponent, knowing what's coming back, feeling what's coming back. Should Ryan Garcia be selling out a little bit more and throwing more punches, Antonio?
I think both of them should. You know what I mean? It's a high-stake game right here. Ooh, good hook. And Rolly is doing what he has to do. He slowed this fight down to a snail, and Ryan just seems to be
falling into the trap.
Into the trap.
Falling into Rolly's trap. Fighting at a pace that does not benefit him now.
And it's easy to forget, but Garcia against Haney lost most of the rounds where he did not score a knockdown. He scored 3 of them, but he was getting outboxed otherwise.
I don't think he thought he would be outboxed by Rolly Romero.
I don't think any of us saw this coming.
But he know Rolly was coming to win. He know that. So he should have put his best foot forward tonight.
That's the second time Rolly has tried to end the fight on one big shot.
But at least he's trying to end it.
Exactly. Big roundhouse right hands are on his mind right now.
Good body shot.
And that one landed.
That landed.
That's the third of the big roundhouse rights upstairs, and that one landed.
And Ryan's not coming back. That's the thing. See, if he gets hit with a combination like that, he knows he got to get that back.
In 10 more seconds, there are only going to be 2 rounds to go. So the door is closing, or so it would appear, for Ryan Garcia.
How you feeling? Listen, I don't give a fuck about that. I can't care about that. I care about you focusing, going out there, doing what you work for and doing. You deserve this. You earn this. If you got to show it, you got to show it. All that shit you went through, all the weight loss, all this, you did all of that. Don't act like you didn't do it. You did all that to get here, right? That year off. And you got to go and fight like you hadn't fought for you. You got to go to let the jab, work off the jab, work off the stick, set up the shots. You waiting for nothing. You walking right into a shot. You got to pick that pace up. That's right. This is step over. Listen, pace busy, get busy, get busy. The last 2 rounds, you got to go get him. If you don't have time, find this shit. Find it. Off the jab.
Well, that was dramatic. That was a performance by Derek James trying to get his fighter to where he needs him to go.
He's telling him everything he needs to do. He's even pleading with him. But it got to come from Ryan.
And it's a good thing, Jim, that Derek James is being urgent in the corner. I have Roy Romero up 97-92. So Garcia, for me, needs at least a knockout or 2 to pull this fight out. And Derek James told him, get busy.
And so far, he's not.
Got to start with that front hand first and just get it busy. He's throwing one jab at a time. Why won't he change the rhythm on his jabs? Up jab, down jab. Get more busy with it. Like Roland is doing.
You have to wonder, what is... if he's watching right now.
You can't be thinking too much. After the performance he put on.
Y'all give me 1 second, getting it straightened out right quick.
He has contract signed to fight Ryan Garcia in the fall.
I apologize, y'all. I got a little storm going on in my area, so it got my signal going in and out. I apologize, y'all.
Okay, dependent on Garcia winning.
I apologize. Y'all just bear with me for a second trying to get it straightened out. But I got, like I said, I got a storm in my area right now, so that's got a lot to do with my signal going in and out, so I apologize, y'all.
Although you never know, right? I just keep thinking back to it.
Yeah, that boy Drake, yeah, Ryan Garcia about to lose, man. He Rolly pretty much winning damn near every round, really. But like I say, man, y'all bear with me trying to get audio right, man. Like I said, it's a storm.
Have Judah gets upset by Carlos Baldomir.
It takes and put too much pressures on the guys that's fighting in the fight. Maybe that's what happened tonight.
Yeah, but how do you resist the money? You know, it takes a little bit of faith to say, okay, well, I'll turn this down for now and see if it turns out right. I get even bigger money. When you're looking at the kinds of numbers that were in that contract, right, Cop?
It's a big money fight. I think the rematch was one of the biggest fights in all of boxing after all that transpired. Between the Haney's performance and now this, that might be out the window, at least for now. Stop. Listen. But you know what? Romero and Devin Haney, they've exchanged a lot of words over the years.
That would be a good fight for sure. They can sell that.
I wonder if Romero's too strong for Devin Haney at this weight. He's a beast in there. The legs, the back, the musculature. He's a very strong fighter. You can see it.
And I think Ryan felt that strength and power tonight.
If Romero does indeed pull this off, this is one of the biggest upsets in recent years. He was plus 700.
Wow. I never saw this happening, bro.
Well, he's not just winning the fight. He's walking away. I mean, your card was 107-102. Reverse one round and it's, 107-102. Reverse round, it's 106-103. He's still winning. And Romero's slow pace, a smart strategy, right, Antonio?
Yeah, I think that was the only strategy, but I didn't think Ryan would cooperate with everything that Rolly was doing tonight. He cooperated, didn't really put up the resistance I was looking for, but still young, man. Like I said, we don't know the results of this fight.
Stop at the bell, Jonathan. Something happened with the double left hook that put Garcia on his back and prompted the rest of the fight to be relatively non-essential and perfunctory.
And you know, that left hook came after a dominating round from Ryan, so he needed to really prevent Ryan from getting going.
For the Face of Boxing returns to DAZN tomorrow. Canelo Alvarez takes on William Skull for the undisputed super middleweight championship in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. It is available for you to buy right now on DAZN.
Ryan Garcia throws an arm skyward. Oh, these are highlights. Looking back at what happened in the fight. And here's round two, and there's the double left. And there's Garcia flying to a seat on the canvas. And from that point forward,
I can say y'all apologize for the inconvenience, man. My signal going in and out because it's a storm going through my area right now, so I apologize. They about to get ready to do.
not a lot of other things happened in the fight.
That definitely changed. For Roland Romero, and it really.
Trying to see if it's gonna clear up, y'all, so y'all can see so y'all can hear who won the fight. I think Roland won the fight, man, unless they cheat him, unless the judges cheat him.
Really
Roland should win this fight, man.
Ryan Garcia. All night long. I thought we'll see a more active Ryan Garcia, more.
Yeah, I apologize, y'all. But I tell you what, man, I'm gonna go.
But hey, we got to get back to the drawing board, Jim.
Well, these highlights show.
I'm probably gonna go ahead and end the live, man, because it just keep going in and out, in and out. But I tell y'all what, man.
Effectively, you see how he won some rounds. If you had seen. You might have thought that it wound up closer than it's likely to be on the scorecards.
Yeah, I tell y'all what, man. Like I said, y'all keep your notification bell on.
CompuBox numbers.
Keep your notification bell on to give me a few minutes, man. I'm gonna get it started. I'm gonna get a crunk up on the Houston and Golden State Warriors game. I don't know what's going on. Sitting to keep going in and out on my phone, man. I don't know what's going on, man. But hey, y'all keep your notification bell on. We're finna get it popping with the Houston and the Warriors game, man. Appreciate y'all kicking it with me. We outie 5,000.